All right, we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. We are live. Late night stock talks. We got 6 people here. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Don't know how many people are going to show up because we are late at night. I haven't done this in a while, so I wanted to hop on and just talk. This is where we don't have to discuss stocks. We might have some guests join in a little bit. We can pretty much discuss whatever we want because it's late night stock talks. Now, it is, yes, late night stock talks, but we don't have to only talk about stocks, which is the cool part about doing this late at night. Kevin Smith, what's up? Adding some more Palantir in the morning. Bo Vave, what's up? What's up, bro? Jackalope, my guy. Hi. Hello. A lot of things have been happening in the world of stocks, obviously. This is the headphone thing I'm trying out right now. It's like a little princess crown, bro. It's like, can you increase the volume? I forgot my headphones in work and bought 2 DLL headphones for today. Okay, let me increase the gain a little bit. Let me know if that's better. That should be kind of better, I think. Should be decent. Viewer number 7, like number 3. What's up, Homie Productions? Thank you for that. Sunny Raj, Palantir Talk. Hell yeah. So, I mean, the Palantir debate video that I just put out is going to be really interesting. I've been thinking about it all day. I'm thinking about how I think they're going to win this debate. Because it's not going to be easy for them to win this debate. Alvarado, good morning. Yeah, we got the market open in 10 minutes, got the bell ready to go, everything. We might have some guests a little bit later. I'll see if some other people can join. But for like the next 15, 20, it's going to be me talking. It's going to be very interesting to see if this NHS thing actually works out. Hey, I made a lecture video earlier on the NHS. Have you considered getting someone British on Palantir Weekly to explain the cultural issues with Palantir working with the NHS? I am down. If anyone is watching or if anyone's in the community that is from the UK, please let me know. I've had a lot of people in the UK reach out to me on Twitter, expressing their concerns around the NHS. I even had one guy whose dad is working for a company bidding against Palantir, and even he said his dad doesn't believe that Palantir is not going to get this deal. So it's kind of like people kind of acknowledge who's going to get the deal, and everyone kind of knows it's Palantir, but now it's this like mental charades or whatever that's going on right now. Around, if the government's actually going to give it to them or not, which is going to be interesting. Stinky stonks. Who's debating who? The people that are debating are, who is debating? It's Lewis, who's the head of Palantir in the UK, versus Corey Kreider, who is the head of Foxglove UK. And Foxglove is what do you call it? It is a organization that, well, they don't like Palantir, to say the least. They're not fans of Palantir. What's up, Amit? Tanner, what's up, my guy? And Tanner, too, my recent old notifications bell guy. Yeah, crypto just, let me pull up the markets. Crypto just got schmacked, bro. Crypto just got molly schmacked. Everything's down like 5%. Bitcoin's down a massive chunk right now, like $1,900. So let me pull that up. I got a new mouse, and it's actually doing a lot better than my old mouse. It's a wireless mouse this time, so it's actually, the Bluetooth's going well. So there's Palantir. It ended at 798 for the day. Actually not bad for where it ended. And then there's Bitcoin, as you can see right there. Gnarly decline. Down 4.9%, $1,100. It was, hovering around 23.8. Now it's at 22.3. This is why, and it got to 21.98. Wow, it got down to 21.989. So it recovered from the 21,000. This is why I can't own Bitcoin. This is like, I can't deal with swings like this. I just can't do it. And my average is not small enough for me to feel comfortable buying it at this point. I can't do it, bro. I just can't. Even if it's a good investment 10 years from now, I don't care, bro. I can't deal with, I just don't know what I'm buying. I don't, it's scary. It's just scary. Is Sachin coming on today? Probably not. He's in Malaysia right now. Or actually, I think he's in somewhere else. He's at some conference, but he's probably not joining. Not tonight, but tomorrow we will be doing this. You still doing the show, Chris? Yes, probably next week. Starting that likely next week. We should. Palantir needs you to hire you for sales and marketing. You're great at explaining the company in an easy to understand way. Everyone keeps saying that, and I think that'd be really cool. The only problem is I have my own startup that trying to make big one day. I'm trying to beat Palantir one day. I want to beat. No, I'm not. Palantir is I think it has a chance to be $100 billion company. I don't know if my startup can be 100 billion. I think it could get to 100 million. Actually, I think that's actually possible. But I have my own. There was a good comment on one of the videos. One of the videos said, "Look, Amit, don't you want to take your speaking and debating skills and just like do sales for a company like Palantir or something? Why don't you apply to them? Why are you working on a startup?" And it's an interesting question, but for me, I think that it's actually a waste of sales and communication skills to only work for a separate company, right? Like for me, I'm like, well, if you know how to talk, you might as well sell your own shit, right? That's always been kind of the mentality for me. So I think it would be really cool. Are there some days where I come home and I'm like, holy crap, I have so many issues. It's like my life is like this Rubik's Cube that cannot be solved easily, as we can see. And it would be so easy to just have a sales job where all I have to do is like convince people all day to buy some SaaS product or whatever, and I get a crap ton of commissions, or some consulting job where I'm talking to a client and blah, 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 blah. Life's so easy. You go out for happy hour and then drinks on the weekend, and then you go to fancy steak dinners, as Carp calls them. Like, yeah, sometimes I would want to do that. But then you remember, like, none of that has any purpose or meaning, and like it's all very shallow at the end of the day. What's the one thing that's universal for humans is building something on your own, and it takes an incredible amount of sales and communication skills to get something off the ground. And we got pretty far with Idea. Now it's just a question of, can we take it to the next level? So that's why it's more exciting. Just finished work. Mr. Disney, where do you work? Do you work at Disney Park? Because that would be super lit. That would be super dope. Wow, a late nighter. Been a minute, man. Yeah, we're here. Richard, what's up? Do salespeople get paid with stock? Sometimes stock-based compensation is part of their compensation, but a lot of times it's just commission in terms of like actual dollars. Okay, just diss my whole life. It's not a diss. This is not a diss to anyone who has a job. I had a 9-to-5 before I quit. Like everyone has to have a job. Everyone has to get paid, right? YouTube theoretically is like a 9-to-5 with horrible hourly wages if you calculate everything. This is more so just a question of like, what do you want to do in your life and how do you want to give it meaning? And so for me, I always knew that if I worked for some corporation and I did sales and stuff, like I would be lacking meaning. It doesn't mean everyone lacks meaning doing that. I just personally knew, like, look, if I know how to talk, then maybe let me try to take my skills of talking and apply it to bet on myself. That's all. And so I was joking. I agree with you. Okay, got you. I just want to be sensitive because I never want to be like, 9-to-5 suck, because that's just a stupid way of thinking. Like such a everyone needs to pay their bills, but that's why social platforms are so interesting to me, because they provide outlets of creativity and distribution outside of having to pay your bills in a regular job that can provide meaning, purpose, side incomes, all this stuff, which is why I'm building one, and I think it can provide a lot of opportunity for people. Ryan, what's up? Beard looking fire, appreciate it. We're keeping it short. Like I took your guys' advice after I cut it on New Year's, which was insane. I can't believe I even did that. And when it grew back to be around this size, everyone was like, this is where it looks nice. So now every week and a half, I go to the barber and they bring it back down to this size. And so it's never going to get bigger than this now. We're keeping it here. I wouldn't mind working at Disney. I just like the stock. I work for a tech company doing quality assurance. Very cool. Super, super dope. Yeah, I think the short looks clean. Yeah, I think so too. We're going to keep it short. Do you have a sell price, Amit? So it's interesting. So I spoke to a firm yesterday in New Jersey. They had me come out to their headquarters in New Jersey, and it was really exciting. This is I'm going to get to your question in a second because it relates to this. They have many millions of dollars of Palantir for their clients, and so it was a really interesting thing because they wanted to come talk to me about how I think about the company, and it was a really interesting experience because these are 3 guys that manage this big ass fund that have lots and lots of money and cash to deploy. And they want to talk to little old me about, Palantir and my thesis on it and all this stuff. And it was really cool to just go out to their offices. We all had lunch. And, the guy who runs the fund, he's sitting there and he's telling me, he's like, we think Palantir can become a $100 billion company. We believe in AI. We believe in the digital twins thesis. We believe in, they went to FounderCon in Palo Alto. They've been in the stock since 2018. They've had the stock since it was $5. So they're still up on the stock. And the only thing they hated is the growth. They were like, the earnings sucked. And objectively, the earnings definitely did suck. Yes, GAAP profitability, I get it. But outside of that, the earnings suck. So they thought the stock was going to tank on these earnings. And then they see the stock rally 30%. So they were really confused on that. But their biggest issue, going back to your question, do you have a sell price? I mean, look, if we get to 25, which is a 4x from here, their argument was to their clients, they're going to have a really hard time justifying not selling. And they're like trying to figure out how to convince their clients to make sure that even if it gets to, $20, which is a 4x from here, they will continue to hold the stock until it gets to like 100, right? Because they really see the potential in it getting there. So for me, I don't have a sell price because if it gets to 25, I'm not selling, right? Like that's nothing. I'm not in this for 25, and my average is not 7. I think by that time my average might be 12 if I'm lucky enough to get it down. Right now it's like 15. So I want to hold this baby for a long time. Like I want to have these shares, and once you're up on the position, as long as they're hitting their growth, they're gonna stay up. And hopefully, even if it's a Salesforce like thing, imagine buying Salesforce at $10, and now it's at 200. Like that's what, a 20x. Even if it takes 20 years, like you're just sitting on that cash that's just in your account, and it's like perfectly, So I don't want to sell for a very long time. I'll skip my comment. No, I'm gonna get to every comment. You said, I got an alternative idea. What if Palantir at some point your startup Too Young still offers their platform for all DA analytics for free, promotion and speaking voice for them in a new use case? Yeah, I would love to use Palantir in our startup. Right now, our startup's pretty small, so we probably wouldn't be able to leverage them. But absolutely, I would love to do that. That'd be super dope. What will the price be at 100 billion? At 100 billion, I think it's at like close to 50 to 60 bucks, something like that. Yeah, 60 to 70. Yeah. Tanner, I give you 100,000 to invest tomorrow. Public stocks only locked for 5 years. How would you diversify? Okay, that's a great question. I want everyone to answer that in the chat. So I'll pick 5 stocks and I'll put 20 grand each. I have Palantir in there. Okay. I'll have Sofi in there. I will have Google in there for Tanner, just for Tanner. I will have Amazon in there. And my last one is my wild card. It's going to be Ginkgo Bioworks. I'm going to have DNA in there. I actually bought about 800 shares of DNA today. It was, it's $1.30. I was like, all right, like I'll buy it at $1.30. Like I really don't see the downside. Now it could keep going. I mean, it could get lower than $1. It could very much happen. But with the money they have in cash, the potential of that company, if I can scoop up 2,000 shares at $1.30 average, I'm actually kind of happy with that. So I would have Ginkgo in there. I think Ginkgo finds a way out. Now, this insider selling has been atrocious, yada, 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 but there's not a lot of other companies I see that have that much potential as Ginkgo in terms of like a 10x. They remember they IPO'd at 15 and they're at $1 now. Like I think they can get there. Oh, I forgot about Tesla. Okay, if I had to replace one of them, it would be probably Google with Tesla. Or no, not Google. Yeah, it would be Google. I want to keep Amazon. I like Amazon. So Google with Tesla. I don't want to get rid of Ginkgo though, because I think Ginkgo's until Cathie starts selling, and she's got a lot of them shares. I think Ginkgo's still in the running for this. And their call yesterday on earnings were actually pretty good. It wasn't bad. So mine would be Tencent, Diz, Nintendo, Palantir, and TCD. TCD and Tencent are not bad options. Not bad options at all. Good for you. I'm in the same boat. 15% of my portfolio, and in 20 to 25 years, way higher out of business. Anyway, 15% risk is not over the top for me. Yeah. I mean, look, we'll see, man. We'll see. I want to, everything I'm playing with from an investment standpoint, I want to let that money really ride. And like, look, at the end of the day, it's really hard to make money in the stock market unless you give it time or unless you're trading. And so I want to give it time. Just imagine if Palantir gets to 30, 40 bucks and we're all of us have averages of like 10, 11. We're going to be up 3x on our money. And if you have 40, 50 grand on the stock, you're going to be sitting on 100 grand in cash, just waiting there, And so then it's just a question of like, all right, can they get to that point where we think they're going to get to? Can management really? And like, that's the journey. We don't know. Same thing with Sofi. I mean, my Sofi average is phenomenal right now. I mean, Sofi, I think objectively is just like, it's one of those stocks that, especially when the bear market is over, interest rates get like, this is going to be a stock that management is heavily incentivized to 5x from here in terms of getting to 25 bucks. So I think it's going to be really exciting to see if Sofi can get there. That's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. Sofi and Palantir, I think, are big winners, but we'll see. I actually think Sofi might get there. I think SoFi might get to a 5x closer before Palantir, but we will see. Tesla, Palantir, Nvidia, and Audia. I love it, man. One day, if we could go public, that would be kind of crazy. What's the lowest price you see Palantir falling in the near future? It would, 590s, 580s, but even that I think is going to be a bit hard. The institutions are starting to come around a little bit more to Palantir, even though, they're still bad. Did you do an earnings recap on DNA? I talked a little bit of it on the morning open. I haven't done a full video on it. Look, earnings were okay. They weren't horrible. And management seems to be poised for a lot more growth from their foundry revenues. Biosecurity is definitely going to decline next year because COVID is over, but they're still going to be able to make around $100 million off biosecurity. So we will see. I finally got my average under 11, started off at 25. I feel you, bro. I remember I bought Palantir like $29 one day because I was just like, it's definitely going to 32. I was just like, it was so stupid, bro. But, the entire market was just ridiculous back in October 2021. I mean, I still had a job October 2021. And I remember going into that job and just like, buying some stocks right before I started work. Like I just hated being there. It wasn't that fun. But I remember as Palantir was in a much, nicer position in 2021. I think SoFi will 5x before Palantir. I think it will, bro. I think it will. I think SoFi hits 30 because just the momentum SoFi has on its runs and its growth is actually way better than Palantir. Obviously, the potential of Palantir is like way cooler to me than SoFi, but I definitely think SoFi could 5x before Palantir. Like if they're both at 6 and we need one to get to 30, I would pick SoFi any day before Palantir. Now, granted, can SoFi 20x? I don't know. Can Palantir? Yeah, I mean, because just look at, SoFi's in the banking space, right? I don't know if there's a 20x there. There might be, but Palantir and data analytics and AI, like that entire space is growing exponentially. So we will see. I bought my first shares of Palantir at 22. I made like $1,500 on Palantir because I swing traded it back in early 2021. So I did make some money off of it. But Tanner tweeted it. Tanner, you're going to get me in trouble with everybody. Palantir community is going to come after me now. Yeah, I think it will, man. The way SoFi runs is just it's way quicker than Palantir. DNA is buying a weed stock 5 years ago. Hopeless. I don't know. I think DNA has a little bit more to this. I studied them deeply in September, and I hated management selling. I hated the macro condition for biotech, but they're different, bro. They're different from every other biotech company, and biotech companies can really 20, 30, 40x because it's all about drugs. And the good thing is they don't sell drugs. They sell a platform for companies to make drugs, which isn't going to be increasingly more valuable. I think Cathie's right on the research. She was horrible on the timing on this, but I want to see her buy the dip because I haven't seen her buy the dip on. Wait, has she put out? Did they buy the dip today? Did they put out ARK? Let me see if they bought the dip today. ARK Invest Daily. We should be. Let's see, they should have. Did they buy the dip on Ginkgo today? No, they didn't put it out today. Or at least I don't see it yet. If anyone has the ARK thing, let me know. I don't think they bought the dip on Ginkgo, but I want to see her buy this dip because she was buying like 5 million shares every other day when it was at 220, 330, so let's see if they get there up. Mod me up and I will delete the tweet. You don't have to delete the tweet. I'll make you a mod, but you don't need to delete the tweet. Let me make Tanner a mod. Let's make Tanner a mod. Tanner, you are officially a mod. By the way, Tanner, are we doing SoFi Weekly on my channel or your channel tomorrow? It doesn't matter which one, but I know we did Tevis last week. Who did we do the week? Did we ever do? No, we never did Riley's. But let me make you. Matt says, I knew you never loved me. Matt, I love you. But Matt, we still have to do this freaking. What is the difference between a managing moderator and a standard moderator on YouTube? Is there a difference between that? She bought like 500K shares. Yo, I thought so. Okay, so that makes sense to me. Matt, we still got to do the Rocket Labs podcast. My first buy for Palantir is 27. Why not CRISPR? CRISPR is not interesting enough to me. I know Beam and NTLA. I gotta go deeper into those tickers. I know those are popular. Wow, she bought 500K shares. That makes sense. Well, it's good. It's not a lot of shares. I thought she would buy a couple million, but that's good. Cathie should be buying. Ginkgo dropping on their earnings today probably justified, but their earnings were not enough for it to be like obviously the whole market was red, so that's why it dropped as well. But Cathie, it's good Cathie bought the dip, because if Cathie wasn't buying the dip today, that might mean she's changing her thesis a little bit around Ginkgo. And we know what happens when she changes her thesis. for the stocks she changed her thesis for. It's gone. It's done. So we will see. You host this week, my friend. All right. I'll be hosting it this week. Are you continuing buying Palantir shares? But yeah, I've been buying it every day. I've been buying it 820, 830, all this stuff. So anyway, what I was saying, yeah, I forgot to finish the thought. So I was speaking to these guys, right? This big fund that manages all this money. And I'm in their office. Nice office, nice little corporate room and all this stuff. And we're just talking about Palantir. And they hated the earnings because they hated the growth. They hate that management's hiding all these slides and all this shit. But they love the company. And so I'm speaking to the guy who's managing the fund, and he's like giving me all this bearish shit about this quarter. And then after he says all this, he's like, yeah, but we want to hold it for the next 10 years. And I'm like, wait a second. So your heart's in this company. Like, you don't want to sell. And, but like, he's like, yeah, I love the company. I love the tech. I love the I believe in this company, but short term, the way management displays their earnings just sucks. Cathie bought 2 million. Yo, can someone just tweet me the picture? If anyone has the picture, just tweet it to me at Amid is Investing. Just tweet it to me. Tweet me the picture. I'm gonna put my Twitter in the chat. Pin it too. So just tweet me the picture. And yeah, I would want to see that. Your beard is coming in back pretty nice. BTW, good stuff. Thank you, Cause. Why not? Thank you for being here. But so like, it was so interesting because he really likes Palantir. He just doesn't like the way they, represent all their shit. And I get it. And I hope that changes. But for me, growth solves everything. And if they can just continue to freaking grow, then that's all that matters. That's literally all that matters. But it was so cool because they've been in the stock since it was $5. They only invest in private markets, right? So they're looking at deals just in the startup space, but late stage startup, right? Not early stage startup. They're looking for like companies that are already, doing 100 million ARR, stuff like that. So they have access to a lot of these private deals, and they haven't invested in the past 2 years. So they've actually saved a ton of money because they didn't buy into all the hoopla of 2020, 2021, which is actually an amazing thing they did, or else their fund would be down so badly right now. So their clients have a lot of faith in them. It's just a question of where they're going to allocate that money. And Palantir is one of those allocations for now. J. Kim, I know you don't like Palantir, but look, I believe in the potential. At the end of the day, I believe in the potential. I know 18% year-over-year growth is not amazing. I get it. However, I believe they have a moat that is different than other companies. And that's, one of the guys, I asked him, I was like, because they didn't buy Tesla. So I was like, why didn't you guys buy Tesla? And they were like, they just didn't get it at the time, around 2018, 2019. And they kind of don't want to do the same thing here with Palantir. Because like this time it's a bit more obvious than not that, the way the world is going, where tech is going, where AI is going, all that stuff. So because it's a bit more obvious here, they wanted to kind of, not be in the same situation. And that's why, that's why they're buying Palantir. That's why I'm buying Palantir. I said this in my first video that I made a long time ago. I was just like, I missed out on all these big companies. I don't want to miss out on Palantir. After researching them very deeply, I'm like, these are one of those companies that it could do what we all want it to do. Just don't know when it's going to happen. Bitcoin at 22,349. Pretty decimated, 4.8% down. End phase 211 ended for the day. Ginkgo up 0.71% on the day. Snowflake. So speaking of tech stocks that have kind of shit the bed, the reason Snowflake is down 12% is because their guidance is down. So Palantir's guidance growth is down also with Snowflake's. And their stock-based compensation is like 70% of their revenue, some ridiculous number. So, when people are talking about Palantir and stock-based compensation, it's not as high as Snowflake. I mean, Snowflake issued a lot of freaking stock to sell that product. And now you're doing a $2 billion stock buyback. Why are you buying your stock at $2 billion? Like, what is the purpose for that? Like, can't you do something with that money? You're buying a very richly valued stock for $2 billion is just like, it doesn't make 42% of rev. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Sound is a little loud, distorts me. Let me adjust the mic a little bit, adjust the gain as well. Is it still very cold on your side of it? It wasn't that cold today, but it was snowing on Tuesday. They actually delayed school openings, but it's not that cold still. Carbs hair is what sold me on Palantir. Same with me. Chipotle has barely any seasoning. How they stay in business west of the Mississippi is Yo, that's hilarious, bro. I don't like Chipotle as much as other people do, to be honest. Chipotle it's one of those stocks that are, well, it's not one of those stocks. It's one of those food companies that I'd rather get halal guys over Chipotle. But Chipotle is not the worst. Why is Tinder sending me notifications, bro? Don't they know I'm married to the grind? I don't care about... They said, we surveyed 100 people and they all agreed that Tinder could use more emit. That push notification game, bro. That push notification game. A tech founder can't... Don't you know all tech founders don't know anything about tech? All of us just want to democratize opportunity. That's the most overused word in the tech space, bro. Our startup is trying to democratize the ability, blah, blah. Oh, I want to get your guys' thoughts on a startup, okay? I want to get your guys' thoughts. First, let me say hello to Chi Young Jong. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but thank you for being here. Hello from Japan. That's so freaking cool that you're watching me and it's Japan. It's from Japan. Like, that's insane, bro. That is, so thank you for being here. Makes me feel awesome. I know a lot of you guys are all across the world, which is just like, it's crazy, bro. Like, could you imagine in the 1800s, you told someone, yeah, you're just going to like talk to people in Japan and they're just going to be like staring at you. Like, that shit is crazy. Okay. Here we go. Let's take a look at this startup. Okay. I want to know your guys' genuine thoughts as people that consume content. So let me explain the idea. And then I want to get your guys' thoughts on it. Halal guys is amazing. Yep, I agree. It's amazing. Okay, 1 second. My mouse disappeared. I just got this new mouse, as you guys can see right here. And it's been working good, but then... Okay, there it is. Okay, randomly it stops. Watching from Hawaii. Greetings from Southern Illinois. Awesome. Thank you guys for being here. All right, so here's the startup. They just raised $5.7 million. Now, if you don't know how a startup works, when you raise $5.7 million in your first round, you're likely selling, call it 10 to 15% of the company, maybe 20%. So the startup's probably valued at close to like 30 to 35 million. Let's just say 25 million, right? Something around that range. When you raise 5.7 million, led by Andreessen Horowitz, A16Z. Now, if you don't know Andreessen Horowitz, they have made a lot of crypto bets over the past year. A lot of those seem to be going to shit, to be honest. But they also invested in Clubhouse and gave them a $4 billion valuation. We kind of know where Clubhouse is right now. But nonetheless, okay. So here's the premise of the startup, and I want to get your guys' thoughts. Okay. So Zarda is currently a platform for creators to generate income through microtransactions while better serving their fans with authentic content. So the founder believes that in the future, good content from creators won't solely be supported by ads or subscriptions, that Zarda has the potential to enable this transformation. So this is what Zarda looks like. It looks a lot like YouTube, right? You guys can see it looks a lot like YouTube. Now, what does Zarda do? Basically, if you're a creator, you can put your videos on Zarda and you can put them behind a paywall. So let's say I have a new video around stocks and I say, hey guys, instead of watching it on YouTube for free, either by watching an ad in the middle or whatever, that would be your way of like supporting the video. I'm going to put it on Zarda, and then you have to get a preview of the video. Let's say it's a 10-minute video and I give you a 30-second preview, and then you can pay $1 to watch the video. I keep 75% of that dollar. Zarda takes 25%. So let's say I get 100 people to pay $1. I keep $75, which is actually a pretty good deal, right? Considering the cut YouTube takes and everything like that. That's the startup. The startup is literally a marketplace for creators to upload their videos and put it behind a paywall. And then creators can drive their audiences to go buy their private videos on this platform. That is the company that just raised $5.7 million. What are your gut thoughts about that? What are your gut thoughts about that? Okay, let me see in the comments. I'm watching from Japan too. It's pretty nice over here. Okay, cool. That sounds terrible. Literally no chance I'd pay for that, but I'm just cheap and that micro nonsense is just annoying. So I want to give my thoughts, but I want to hear your thoughts as well. Hello from Las Vegas. Jason, what's up? A16Z is the private equity arc. Yo, that's wild. Did you hear what one of the head guys of Hanson Robotics said about ADA? Hanson Robotics created Sophia. He favors ADA over Bitcoin. Honestly, I do not care about ADA over Bitcoin too much. I don't care about it that much, but that's interesting. The only use for is educational content. Okay, so you think it's education. Austin says it's horrible. No, I don't like the idea of that. Terrible. Why would I use that when I can use YouTube for free? Sounds like a great way to lose viewers unless it's nudes or porn. No one will care. It's called OnlyFans. It's a porn platform. Okay, so a lot of you guys are kind of don't get the startup. I kind of agree, right? Like, so the way I think about content platforms is that the only value they have to the creator is an algorithm that gives them access to a new audience. Like YouTube is not valuable because it pays you an ad revenue. Patreon's not valuable because, you know, you can charge your fans a subscription. These platforms are only valuable because they increase your ability to get reach. And so most people would take, I would say 50% less money on YouTube if they could reach 50% more audience, because you could always monetize later somehow. But the audience is what matters. Now, an audience paying for something, that's like not a big business to me. And I know Patreon's big, but that's just because they had first mover advantage. Like if I wanted to, like people could pay you on PayPal or Venmo and stuff. Like you don't need a middleman that's taking 12% or 25% just to get access to your fans' support. And if they're really your fans, they're going to want to support you, like regardless of the platform, right? So to me, I'm like, what is the use case? Why did this company raise $6 million? A16Z has a particular bias against ads. They called ads the original sin of the internet. I mean, literally, this is what, and the head of A16Z is on the board of Facebook, which is crazy, right? The guy who said ads are the sins of the internet is serving on the biggest advertising platform in the world. So they are anti-ads and they're trying to create a new model outside of subscription. So they decided, like, what if we fund this platform that is charging people these microtransactions? The problem to me is, as a creator, if I put my videos on Zarda and I ask you guys, hey, it's $1 a video, $5 a video, how many times are you guys going to dish out after 2 videos? If I call it $5, that's the cost of like a Spotify subscription for 2 videos. And as much as people support creators, people do not have unlimited bank accounts to just pull out that much money, right? So it just didn't seem like it made that much sense. It just didn't seem like it was that's unsustainable. Hey, bro, Las Vegas, what's up? The only content I was play for is live sports. That makes sense. Using your headphones as your hairband is dope. You caught on. That's exactly what I'm doing. It's an effective way to do this. I would only use another YouTube-like platform if Amit creates it. Well, see, when I think about my startup, I'm like, well, we are trying to build discovery out, right? Which is really hard. I get it. But if we solve that problem, like, we're going to the fucking moon, because like everyone wants to get discovered, right? Zarda is not solving a problem to me. Like, if I had an exclusive video that I really was like, guys, you got to pay $5 for this. It took me so long to make the video. You know, my core community, I need you guys to pay this $5, blah, blah, blah. And let's say 100 of you pay $5 and I get $500. Like, oh my God, $500. So amazing. First of all, that video better be phenomenal. Second of all, I can just send you a private YouTube unlisted link to it and you could send me the $5 on Venmo. Like, yeah, I know it's a little bit more complicated, but it just doesn't seem like it's solving that big of a problem to me. It's like, it really doesn't. And I'm like, they raised $6 million to put videos behind a paywall? Like, how is that? I just don't get it. Even if it worked, wouldn't YouTube just copy it better? Yeah, YouTube could copy it. I'm not really concerned about YouTube copying it. So YouTube's going to copy everything. You know, Facebook's going to copy it. It's not a question of big tech copying it. To me, it's a question of, because also if YouTube copied it, I think the fees would still be a little bit too high on how much they take. But it's not about big tech copying it. To me, it's about, can you get enough creators to want to go to a new platform to put it on there, even if YouTube doesn't have that feature? Right? Like, is the feature so interesting enough that like it's solving a need? And if it's not getting you discovered, because there's no algorithm on this website. I mean, maybe they'll have some recommended section, but like that's not the point of the platform, because if that was the point, then they would curate a whole different network. The point of the platform is to get you to pay. That's how they make money, right? They don't make money on ads, and recommendations is like built with AI to be able to also get you to click on something that has optimized advertising. So you might as well if you guys pay $5 a month or $10 a month, wouldn't you just want to, and I release one Patreon video, like, yeah, I don't need to release like 15 exclusive pieces of content to justify a $10 a month per subscription. First of all, you're paying $10 a month because you support the creator. And then if they release a couple pieces of content exclusively for you, yeah, that's the reason that's the Patreon subscription justified. So this Zarda, like, how many times would I get people to pay $1 for an exclusive video? Like, it has to be a hell of a video. And how, like, what is the repeat use case of that? I just don't think there is. I don't think there is. I would use if most are free and pay 50 cents per vid. Yeah, and 50 cents is just not enough, right? Like, the margins on that are going to be horrible if they don't have a big creator. I hope Lewis reads my tweet about your video and brings down the dog in him. I hope so. I hope he sees the video. I wish Palantir reached out and they were like, "Yeah, can you train him?" Because I would love doing that. That'd be so cool. Education is a good point. Paying for tutorials like on Udemy is good, but YouTube like videos, I feel like most people would not buy it and just gravitate back to YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is the world's biggest search engine for videos. Like, why? Like what are you gonna put on YouTube that's on Zarda that's like pay restricted that you can't find a similar version on YouTube? Obviously, nothing, right? Everything already exists on YouTube. So the only reason people would switch is if they love the creator and they want to support the creator on the new platform. But that brings the question of just like, how much do people actually give a fuck about their favorite creator? Like, it's just not that easy, bro. To get people to pay is not easy. Like, it's hard to do that. If you get to the point where a big platform chooses to copy you, it's likely you're big and worth enough to at least have some acquisition offers on deck. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? So it's not about big tech copying because, there's always buyouts and acquisitions and stuff like that. Obviously, you have to worry about competition. But to me, I'm trying to answer the intrinsic value of the idea. Because when I saw this article and I saw they raised $6 million, I'm like, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, whenever I see a content platform raise money, my number one question is, what are they doing for creators that is unique? And to me, the only thing that's unique for creators is giving them either a faster, more efficient way of like making content, like AI enhanced thumbnails or some shit like that. That I could understand. Everyone, creators need thumbnails on the go, all that stuff. Or they're getting discovered by new audiences because there's a new network that is forming, TikTok, Clubhouse, etc., that offers them an opportunity to have underpriced attention, meaning there's less content, more demand. So if they post their content, they're going to get more impressions. And as a result, they have a better chance of accessing an audience. Outside of that, I don't see the value. Amit, let Palantir know you're available for debate coaching. Tell them you will do it for stock. Stock-based. Palantir should hire me, guys, bro. Like, literally, I just did that competition with Jason Calacanis and the judges. Bro, it felt like I was in a debate round because when I did high school debate, I had 3 judges. And I had to get those 3 judges to vote for me, right? Like, if they didn't vote for me, you lose. And so in that pitch meeting, it was 3 judges. And we didn't get one of those judges. And I was just like, I really wish we had gotten the other judge. I was like, damn, that would have been nice. But I'm so grateful because we got 2 first place votes. But it was a bloodbath. I was competing against all these other companies. And I had to pitch. And I had 2 minutes to do this shit. So I understand debate. That's the one thing, like, for some reason, communication came very natural to me. And like, I learned a lot in high school just by refining and getting better at it. And it helped in a lot of parts of life. When it came to girls, communication helped a lot. It was just easier to talk to girls when you know how to communicate, right? When it came to job offers, when it came to just people liking you, like these people that I met at this fund, like instantly we hit it off within the first couple of seconds, just because like when you know how to talk, when you know how to be personable, like, people just, and it's really nice to have people who are managing millions of dollars to be in close contact with you. Because at the end, they wanted to hear the pitch for my startup and I gave them the pitch and, they said, keep in touch, which means, hey, if you put up some decent growth numbers, we're going to take a look at you very seriously because we have a fuck ton of money and, we're willing to deploy it. That's the reason I even took the meeting with them, because I was just like, I want to keep in good contact with these guys. You never know what that connection might lead to. So I really think I could teach this Lewis dude to debate well for Palantir. And we will see. That's why Amit is single. No, the reason I'm single is because focusing on a girl and trying to build a startup, at least for me, is, bro, I can barely focus on myself and build a startup. So I couldn't imagine focusing on another girl. So we will see. We will see. What do you think of Kick? Twitch competitor, low content restrictions, and 95-5 split. Okay, this is a good question. So have you guys heard of Kick? Aiden Ross, apparently he signed like a $100 million deal to leave Twitch and go to Kick. I think the guy killed his career. And it's not because he left Twitch. It's because he left to a platform that basically says you can do whatever you want. And as a result of that, the stuff that he's doing on some of his streams, I've seen some clips of this stuff. It's pretty sad. I mean, like the stuff his chat is commenting, because there's no terms of service, no censorship. And look, I'm not pro censorship. I don't agree with that. But at some level, you can't upload porn to YouTube because you don't want YouTube to be filled with porn, right? So there are some levels of content restriction that we all should be okay with, because it makes it like happier and healthier to be on the platform. Him leaving for the bag was the ultimate FU to his audience, because he said, I care more about the bag than anything else, which is fine. I get it. But the second of all thing is, if you're going to turn into this character now on this platform that has no restrictions, I think that the type of content you make is going to suffer, and it's going to ruin your career long. Like being a content creator already, you barely have a period to last, right? You maybe have a year, 2 years if you're lucky, maybe 3 years. After that, people get bored. People move on. So to be in content for a long time, you've got to really, first of all, have massive distribution, which Kick does not have. And B, you got to be something that people like. And if you're constantly going to be this cringe type of person that is like spamming the N-word, you know, it's like just, it's not the best idea to me. Aiden Ross, that is his name, Aiden Ross. He didn't leave Twitch, he got banned. Yeah, but he got banned because he did some nonsense on Twitch, you know? And so, and maybe that's my opinion. Maybe he probably shouldn't have, you know, maybe Twitch's censorship is a bit ridiculous. Well, actually, no, I know why. Okay, so you know who owns Kick is Stake. Stake is a gambling platform that allows online crypto casino gambling. And if you've seen any of the clips of this stuff, it's ridiculous. Like, I mean, it's just like you could bet on, you know, you could do blackjack with crypto, all this stuff, right? Now, Twitch banned gambling on their website. That's why most of his content was gambling. He went to Kick because Kick, that's owned by Stake, threw him a heavy bag to come stream on their platform. And now he can gamble on that platform with no restrictions. That's kind of the main reason he did that. ADIN. That's how you spell it. ADIN. Quarantine Quartet. What's up? Did he have an option? I heard he was permanently banned from Twitch. Yeah. And look, again, I don't care that he left to a new platform. The problem is that platform is just allowing anything. And so he's embracing this like, hey, I'm going to do anything. And it's like the majority of the world is not, you know, maybe your 70, 100,000 people that F with you are okay with that stuff. But most people don't want, like, you know, that entertainment and then pure cringe. There's a fine line behind that. And so, yeah, it's a bit, look, I don't think it's a good deal for him, but he's made, I think it's like close to $100 million at 23 years old. So it's hard to say that he didn't make out on this. Effing with the low beard, Brody. He just like me for real. Big Ray, what's up, bro? Yeah, I think the low beard is here to stay. That's what we're doing. Keep grinding him. The girl will come without you expecting it. The girl is watching his live stream every time. You know, I mean, guys, I don't want a girlfriend. That's the other thing. Like, I genuinely don't want a girlfriend right now. I mean, I'm not. I want success, and the level of sacrifice it takes to get there it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. So when I'm 29, that'll change, right? I'm 25, and I'm like, raise some money, got an opportunity. It's kind of now or never. I'm not going to have the point in my life where I get to, you know, raise a substantial amount of money and have the connections that I have, and have the freedom that I have in terms of not having to pay rent and all this stuff. So it's like, I think now is the time to just go for it. And the girl will come eventually. I'm not worried about getting a girlfriend. Like, getting a girlfriend is, talking to girls has never been the issue, bro. It's been about the timing, and the timing right now is just not right, bro. It's not it. It's not it. Not at this time. He just like me for real. I'm feeling tonight's thumbnail. Okay, good. Why do you want success? Well, that's a great question. Straight amid debated gay amid. Guess who won? I love when I do get a girlfriend and I post her. You guys, because she's gonna be bad. Like, she's gonna be a baddie, and you guys are gonna be like, we thought Amit couldn't get. Like, I still haven't shown you guys the girls I've been with and before. Like, you guys just don't know because I've never posted that publicly, and obviously I don't want to do that publicly, but I think some of you guys would be surprised, to be honest. I think, let's just say the communication skills can sometimes get you far, even if you are not Brad Pitt. So, why do you want success? Now, this is an interesting question. I think it's not even about wanting success. I think I framed it wrongly. I want meaning and purpose in my life, and I've come to the conclusion many years ago that meaning and purpose does not come for me from going through the motions of life. I've got to do something so grand and ambitious that it justifies the kind of nature of even being alive in the first place, which is, I know it's even a privilege to say that, right? Because you have to dream really big and there's all these circumstances that have to go right in order for that to happen. But I've kind of been like, why not? Why not me? Why not get there? And everything so far in life, at least over the past 2 years, has been kind of a dream. Like I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to have raised money. I'm not supposed to have my startup to the point where it is. Like I'm not supposed to be in this position where people actually care about me. But like when I mean this was nothing to something, I don't mean it from a monetary perspective. Like, I was poor and I didn't have food. Like my parents, grew up pretty humble. That we were relatively middle class. My mom was an English teacher. My dad owned a liquor store. And so, they always made sure I had food on the table. But when I mean nothing from something, I mean like 2021, no one in the world knew who the hell I was. And 2022, that shit changed because I made a change. And like that process of going from nothing to something was so like every day in 2022 felt like there was meaning and purpose in my life. It felt exciting to be alive. And I just want that for the rest of my life. And in order to do that, you've got to go through the really hard parts of building something, because you just don't get that level of satisfaction or meaning from just, not building something that's interesting. It doesn't have to be a startup or a business. It just has to be something you care about. And, as a result of that, you want to be successful in doing it. So that's the reason I want to do it. He showed me. Did I, Tanner? Did I show you the girls I've been with? I feel like you're lying. I definitely didn't show you. Amit dated a Stanford gal. Yes, bro. TJ the Wheel Deal, my guy. We're doing a podcast on his channel 6:30 on Sunday, so make sure you guys tune in. TJ knows. TJ is actually marrying a woman who graduated from Stanford in like a month. So shout out to TJ. I'm so excited for you to get married. But he knows, because me and him talk off camera, I dated a girl from Stanford for 2.5 years. It was a long distance relationship. So like, yeah, it's just, what I'm saying? She was a 10 out of 10, more than 10 out of 10 to me intellectually. And, she was the shit. And the fact that I got her, it's just like the kid knew how to communicate a little bit, that's all I'm going to say. But eventually we broke up because long distance was just too much. And I needed to be single because I hadn't been single in college until junior year. And so I wanted to explore the single life. And then when I became single, things got really fun. So that was college. No, LOL, but you have seen my wife. Yes, I have. Tanner's girlfriend is amazing. She's super awesome. And they're a cute couple. Tanner and her. Tanner, you need to do a video with your girlfriend, bro. Like you need to do like a live stream of just you and your girlfriend just talking about anything. Like stocks, anything like that. Because it would be really it'll be fun. I would watch that. I love your videos, bro, but I would love to see you and her like interact, and like it'd be cool, right? And so I always love like couples stuff. That's like I'm a sucker for that shit. But yeah, you should do that. Stanford has ugly girls too. Every campus has like not attractive people, but I would argue mine was pretty attractive. Amit, at your pitch at Jason's, do you get to hear everyone else's pitch? Just curious how it works. Yeah, so they're gonna post it eventually, but I actually got to go last, so I got to hear all 9 pitches, and it was crazy, guys, because by the time I got to go last, I was taking notes on everyone. Like I was taking notes, and I was like, okay, do they have a chance? Do they not have a chance? Do they have a chance? And by the end of the 9 pitches, I was like, holy crap! If I kill these 2 minutes, I might end up taking this. Because after all the pitches, I was just like, I only think there's 1 or 2 companies that have a decent shot of getting to the next round. Just like being objective about what I heard as someone who can evaluate companies and someone who can also evaluate pitches, more importantly, because of my debate communication background. And I'm listening to all these pitches and I'm like, I don't know, bro. There's only one. There was like an insurance company that was interesting to me. And then there was like there's a company that said they're AI or whatever, but there's some other company that was kind of interesting to me about education. But at the end, I was just like, if I give a good pitch, I think I might be able to get these judges. And then I just gave my pitch. And so it was cool seeing those two judges vote for me, because it was like, yo, what if this is the thing about pitching, right? What if those judges just don't care about audio? What if they don't like your analysis, right? Like, what if they don't? So I just was like, if I can be passionate enough, I can out communicate the other companies. And then if I have enough of the, the business stuff there, they're going to end up, liking my idea. So it was cool. Charisma goes far. I agree. No chit. Had no idea you were on now. Yeah, I brought late night stock talks back tonight. Tanner actually dates a fintech. The fintech's name is Samantha. Everyone giving him its shit. I'm used to it. Which of the Sofi guys is the smartest? Yo. Okay, that's a good question. Did I even tweet that I'm live? Holy, I didn't even tweet that I'm live. I gotta tweet that I'm live. Let me tweet this right now. Live now, late night stocks. I think Tanner is probably the smartest Sofi person on the planet. In fact, I have based my entire investment thesis off Tanner being right, because as much as I love Sofi, Tanner is really my source for due diligence. So if Tanner is wrong on this, he's losing us a lot of money. Now, I don't think that Tanner's wrong on this, but I hope he is. I mean, I hope he's not. I hope he's right on this. I hope he's right. Amit is the best talker, but who's the super nerd on the show? Yeah, it's definitely Tanner. Tanner's the best. I debated as Samantha a decade ago. I have so much history with that name, Samantha. Like, I can't even tell you guys how. The first girl I started talking to on Facebook, 2011. Okay, she was named Samantha. I'm talking about like using the shitty Facebook app in 2011, nonstop talking to this girl. Like, I was in love with this girl, to be honest. So that name means a lot to me. But nonetheless, didn't work out. Yeah, I like that name a lot. I've always thought, like, if I have a daughter, should I name her Samantha? Now, Samantha Kukreja would probably sound fucking horrible, to be honest. If you take any typical American name and mix it with an Indian last name, it doesn't sound that good. But I love that name, Samantha. My wife's name is Samantha. No, bro, you're married? I didn't know you were married, so cold. That's dope. Yeah, Samantha, I love that name. I just that name's always been interesting to me. Audia.oi doesn't sound interesting to me, but maybe I don't get the whole picture. Well, probably because it's not OI, it's IO. I'm not gonna rant about my startup though. You guys have heard me so many times. Just type in Amit pitching my startup live, and you'll get an hour-long video of me explaining it in depth, and then you can watch that. And if you have time, just put it in the background, and you can, kind of hear the thoughts as well. My first love was Samantha. Alyssa Miliano from Who's the Boss. It was an old TV show. Bro, I just love that name so much. I have a friend named Samantha if you're interested. Yes. Well, first, let me see how she looks. Then we'll talk. But I can't date her, obviously, because I'm not going to be dating anybody. But I always like to meet a Samantha. Like, whenever I hear someone's name is Samantha, I want to get to know who they are, because that's an interesting name. Uh-oh, we have Kelly in the chat. Kelly Kukreja sounds beautiful. Bro, no, it doesn't. It sounds so bad. Oh my God. Kelly Kukreja, that's horrible. That's horrible. But shout out to Kelly. She's in the chat. How do you say your last name? Kukreja. Kukreja. Kukreja is my last name. Enough already. Can we make some money? Bro, it's late night stock talks. We got hours till the market opens. We have no idea if we're going to make any money tomorrow. I mean, we will see. I think it's going to be a red day. I think it'll continue some of the red. That Tesla drop was ridiculous, bro. These investors we're investor day. We're not investors anymore. Boop. We're selling this stock. They'll probably get back in soon, though. We'll see. What do you mean? It's an alliteration. It's gorgeous. Yeah, but this alliteration doesn't sound good, bro. Kelly Kukreja, that's just it. I mean, it doesn't sound horrible, but it doesn't sound amazing either. So it's okay, though. It's not the worst. Amit, when did you first find out you have debating skills? So I started debating 7th grade, and I actually won second place. Second place speaker, and then first place team in a middle school tournament in 7th grade out of 300 kids. That's when I found out like I have a little bit of like talent in debate. But then I quit debate freshman year to do basketball. I went up to my coach. I was like, I'm quitting. He was like, why? I was like, honestly, bro, I'm gonna be the next LeBron James, and so like this debate shit is cool, but like I'm going to the NBA. And I'd spent all summer like training to be in the NBA. So what my version of training is like spending 10 hours a day doing layups at my local park. So to him, I was just like, bro, like I'm gonna be in the NBA. Like I don't. And then I come back to him a year later, and he's like, I was like, I'm joining the debate team. He's like, what happened to basketball? I was like, well, so there's this thing called genetics apparently, and the concept around it is like based on the height of my mom and my dad, I don't think I'm getting taller than 5'7". And so it was at that moment I realized LeBron James was that dream was not going to happen. So then I went back to debate, and then I just started debating heavy. Only 20 likes, fellas. Give him a like. Yes. How do we only have 20 likes? Can we get some likes? It's okay if you don't like it, but if you can like it, that'd be awesome. That'd be great. Mate, your name is spelled so shortly for how many vowels it seems when you have to say it out loud. That's actually a good point. That's a good point. How tall are you? I'm 5'7", but 5'8" on a good day. You're just in denial. Kelly, don't you have like a whole boyfriend or something right now? Like, aren't you like getting married soon or something? So just saying, it's not gonna, Kelly Cockridge is not gonna work. Kelly been on the couch eating Krispy Kremes for a week. She's willing to give a mid a shot now. No, Kelly's getting like married to some guy that she's in love with eventually. And it's not me. So I'm happy for her. She's found the love of her life, I believe. If you guys don't know, follow her on Twitter and you'll see her updates at Self-Made Mastery. You'll find all of her updates about her exciting love life inside of the US, even though she's from Canada. No, I'm not. Stop spreading misinformation, bro. Literally, like if you guys follow her Twitter, you'll literally yo. David, right? Congrats, Kelly. We got to give her some congrats because she's but he has a Tesla Plaid, so congrats. Yo, I love how everyone knows all your bro. Okay, 110 of you are here. Maybe like 10 of you know everything about Kelly, but the 10 that do know, it's hilarious. The other 100 that don't, follow her on Twitter, and you will see all of her love life stuff. That's good because it's all public. It's not like it's not public. It's all out there. Would you ever do portfolio reviews or stock request videos for you to research and see if you like? I want to say yes, bro, but honestly, I don't have the time. But it just DM me on Twitter if it's like a really interesting stock and I can give some thoughts on it. But like an actual deep dive, I just don't have the time to do that much research. But if it's an interesting company, then yeah, for sure. I bought some more DNA yesterday. Maybe it comes. Yeah, I bought 800 shares today as well. So let's see. It's funnier for a couple of us here. That is correct. Phoenix is my love. Yeah, but there's a guy in Phoenix that you also love. So you ever miss your long beard? Yo, honestly, no, because maintaining that shit is like a lot. And also, I like it short. Like I really like it short. I kept that long beard for 5 years because I didn't know what it would feel like keeping it short. And now I look back on it, I'm like, holy shit, I could have got so many more girls if I had just kept it short. like in college, if I had just kept it shorter versus like this big ass beard, probably would have got it. I like it way. It's nice shorter. Cathie bought 2.4 million. Okay, good. So she bought 2.5 million shares of Ginkgo today. Look, man, I think Cathie's got this right. I think for Ginkgo, bro, if Ginkgo even gets to $5, it's a fucking 5x from here. And I think it could get in a bull market. Can it run back to 5? Yeah, I think it can. Now it's just a question of, there's a lot of risk associated. So this is why you got to be very careful with Ginkgo. Do not buy the stock until you understand it, because it is a biotech at the end of the day, even though it's like a platform, not a biotech. So, wow, look at this. Kelly just texted me, and you guys want to hear something? I texted Kelly last on February 28th, and she texts me back today at 10:43 p.m. This is how can this is what I mean. Like obviously she's in love with another man if she's gonna wait 5 days to text me back. Like this is like so we all know she's in love with someone. I gotta go talk tomorrow, my friend. All right, Tanner. Thank you for being here. I will see you I'll see you later. See you tomorrow. Food and beard the worst. I used to make a joke out of that. People, I was with some friends in Boston last week, and they asked the same question. They were like, "Do you miss like the long beard?" And I looked them dead in the face, and I was like, like I really enjoyed the beard because sometimes when I used to get hungry, I would just like take stuff out at 12 a.m. and I would just chew on it. And they all were disgusted, and they believed me. And I was just like, guys, obviously I'm joking, like, but I played it off really well. They believed me. So. Sofi Weekly, Bailey Gifford has 244 million. That is also true. I don't grow it out no more. Yeah, no cap. My beard is my riz. Yeah, like Alex Hormozy had a great quote. He was like, if you want to get girls, just like if you're ugly, just grow a beard because it leaves the rest to mystery. Like half of your face is a mystery to them. So it's actually really an interesting strategy. Interesting. I concur with your thesis, Miss. She must be in love if she doesn't get back to you for 5 days. Yeah, exactly. It's a simple thesis, bro. If someone doesn't text you back for 5 days, they have someone else they're in love with. That's all. That's it. So she doesn't care about you, man. I know. That's why I'm not texting her back. What is she? I've been. Wait, who is that person, Kelly, that you just texted about? Is this? I think I know who he is, but I forgot. Can you explain who that J person is again? Because I think I forgot. But yeah, I'm actually confused about that. Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Got you. Oh, got you. Okay. Understood. Okay, makes sense. Can we do a poll if Palantir gets the NHS deal? I'm curious how many people think here they will. I think, look, they're going to get the deal. I think they're getting the freaking deal. I just don't know when, but I think they're getting the deal. I can put up the poll in a second, though. I would like to fly you to Singapore if I ever become a millionaire through some Palantir. Yeah, I would love to. My uncle, I think, is in Singapore. Palantir NHS deal. Let me make the poll. My uncle's in Malaysia or Singapore, one of those. But I know Singapore's a little expensive, though, right? But the food is just insane, right? It's like absolutely insane there. I mean, it's beautiful. Okay, just put the poll up there. See you in the AM mid. All right, man. I'll see you in the morning. Thanks for being here. February 28th to March 2 is 3 days. Wait, was it February 28th? No. It's not February 28th. Sorry, last Friday. So February 24th. February 24th. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's almost 7 days, bro. That's wild. It's wild. West Side to you all, Palantir gang. Follow. Kelly, I'm not mad. I'm just kidding with you, bro. She's like, don't be mad. I'm not mad. I'm just joking with you. Kelly was abducted by aliens, probably. If I didn't meet my GF when I did, I was on the verge of signing up for Talkify matchmaking service. Let me look that up. Talkify? What is Talkify? Talkify. Date with intention. Talkify. All right, I want to share the screen. Let me share the screen. Yo, why is the mouse so bad when I try to share the screen, bro? It's like it literally just like freezes here. Like it's so stupid, bro. Why are you freezing, my guy? Okay, here we go. 1 second. Let me go and do it. You think the debate is a catalyst? I don't think it's a catalyst. I just think that it'll sorry guys, it's being stupid. I think it'll I think it's going to influence public perception. That's what I said in my video today. It's going to influence public perception, but I don't think it's going to actually determine the outcome. Okay, Talkify. You're ready to find your person. Let's see if we have a match. You've been selected for a free screening. Complimentary screening ends March 2nd, 11:59. Wow, how convenient. The complimentary screening ends tonight. Wow. Chief Executive Officer Kelly Ammerman. After years as a leader in venture capital and startups, Kelly brought her expertise to Talkify because she saw the immense potential in new and improved dating. Kelly combines the latest in tech with data-based perspectives on relationship. Kenneth Shaw, a Stanford graduate and previous tech visionary at Microsoft. Kenneth imagined an alternative to dating that would combine human insight and data. Okay, so what is the value of this app? What is like the unique experience that it offers? Oh, it's an actual matchmaking service. It's not like a Tinder app. Like they legitimately match you with somebody. They say traditional matchmaking costs $50,000 with over 100,000 strong matches, a passionate team of over 309 years of R&D. Goodness gracious, bro. This has got to be something you go to when everything fails. Like, holy crap. 50 grand people pay for matchmaking? Like, oh, the camera died. Sorry. The camera died. Oh, crap. I just noticed the camera died. Hold on. One second. Let me fix the camera thingy. That's wild, bro. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of freaking money. Okay, let me put this camera in. That's so wild, bro. That's a lot of people to pay for that. When Audia pops off, will you join a millionaire match? I would hope I can find a girlfriend, even if Audia has popped or not popped. So that's wild, bro. That's Kelly Startups. Yeah, basically. No, it doesn't seem like a phishing site. I mean, it might be, but like, I'm gonna look up this lady. Okay, so this lady, her name is Kelly Ammerman. Let's look her up on LinkedIn. Okay, let's look her up on LinkedIn. She's got to have a LinkedIn. Yeah, there she is. Okay, so we're gonna click on her LinkedIn. Okay, we're gonna see what's going on LinkedIn. Kelly Ammerman, CEO at Talkify. How long has she been CEO? 4 years, 3 months. Oh, she used to work at Founders Fund. Wow, that's not bad. That's legit. Founders Fund is a pretty big. She was the vice president of finance at Thiel Capital. Ah, so she's actually got some decent experience. But now she is. I wonder how much they charge for this matchmaking shit. And like, what if it doesn't work? Like, do you get to get your money back? That's it's interesting. It's interesting. Stop saying my name. I'm trying to focus. Kelly, you would be the type of person to start that company, bro. You would use it. You would make it and then use it to sift through all the hundreds of thousands of people to that want to be with you. I mean, you make one tweet, you're gonna have 1 billion people respond to that. Sorry if the video is a little bit weird. Give it a second. The video will be back to normal. Does that service come with a free prenup? Interesting. I don't know. Like and subscribe. Myra, shout out to you. Thank you for being here every morning as well. She actually tweeted about the morning open yesterday, so I appreciate you, Myra. It means a lot. You're lagging. Yeah, I think it should be better now. The Wi-Fi should be better now. Let's give it a second. Vitaly just liked my shit. I'm gonna send him the. Yo, Vitaly said he would join. I'm gonna send him this shit right now. Hold on, let me send him this shit right now. Let's see if he joins. Tell him to join right now. Let's see if he joins. Let's see if he joins. He just oh my god, I hate WhatsApp. They always make me sign in on the freaking computer, bro. Why can't you just stay signed in forever? Why? Why do you have to do this? Why do you have to do this? Why can't you just freaking? You can't have more than 4 devices. Oh my goodness, this is so annoying, bro. Zucks, you paid $20 billion for this. Can you design a normal fucking? I'm gonna text them that link normally. StreamYard.com/ what is this shit? Q9X. Okay. Let's see if he joins. He's probably not because I'm sure he's tired. But Vitaly's an attention whore, so he might join just for fun. Okay, let's see. Myra, saw you on Twitter earlier. Yeah, Myra's awesome, bro. She's super dope. I saw a chick flick called Love. Accidentally, the guy uses the dating site because he goes on 1,000 dates and no luck. Yo, that's I don't know, bro. After 1,000 dates, I don't think I'm gonna find someone. Okay, so here's the funny thing. Okay, I think I already know who I'm gonna marry. I think I've already found her. Actually, I legitimately think I've already found like my soulmate, the girl of my dreams. Now, I think that it's gonna be a while before I get to the point with her where she feels the same, because I'm trying to build a startup. But I kind of think I already know who I want to marry. I kind of already know the girl. Now, does she want to marry me? I don't know. Maybe one day. Who knows? But maybe not. Congrats on 5K LinkedIn followers, man. Thank you, Hakan. I appreciate it. Yeah, you guys got to follow me on LinkedIn. It's just Adamit. It's just the Mick Kukraja audio. You'll find it. Thanks to the daily cowbell the other day, which prevented me from buying Tesla before Investor Day. Yeah, you never want to buy it before the Investor Day. But nonetheless, I already think I found the girl I want. I don't know if I have to go on 1,000 dates to find a girl. I think, it's so weird, bro. Cause like you could literally just find a girl on Instagram and message her and you could set up like a potential for you to fall in love with. Like there's just so many ways to find girls. I just don't know if you have to go through a service for that, but also those services, maybe they're helpful at making it more efficient and stuff. So I don't know. Damn, y'all dating at least? No, we're not dating. We are friendly with each other though. And we used to not be, because we have a little bit of a past together, but I mean, she's cool. And I don't know if we would ever yo, Kelly, why are you texting me, bro? Why are you saying all these names in my text? I don't know, bro. Kelly keeps asking me these questions. I don't have the answers. Bro, if she's really that special, you don't want to wait too long. The good ones won't wait up for you forever. The thing about soulmates is like, it's going to happen regardless. So it doesn't really, no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I know. But at this point in my life, I'm not at the stage, or I don't think she's been at the stage where if we were to do anything, it would, result in anything. I got to build this company, and we'll see what happens one day. Friend zone. So we used to talk, guys. We used to like actually hope it's not Vitaly. We used to like actually talk, like, you know what I mean? Like talk. But then stuff happened and this happened and I kind of broke it off and then, blah, blah, blah. But is that why Kelly stopped talking about in this chat? Yeah, because she's blowing up my phone with these questions. Kelly, I don't know the answers to this question. I guess I'm going to have to wait 7 days to give you a response or something. I don't know. Kelly's like, I've been replaced. Bro, Kelly has a whole boyfriend. Like, she's acting like she's been, like, she has a whole man talking about she's been replaced. The thing about soulmates is that there is always another one. That's true. Maybe. I don't know. If you ain't blow her back out, you don't know her love, bro. Well, let's just say, David, the back has been, I'm trying to say this in a politically correct way, but you know what I mean. Like, I do know her. If that's what you're asking, I know her very deeply. Let's just say that. But things got kind of ugly with us a couple years ago and stuff. But I still kind of think she's the one. But I'm focused on my startup right now, and I don't have time to focus on her and the startup. So that's the issue. Amit waiting for a soulmate to get married, 2x in divorce. Yo, that's hilarious. That's so funny. That's so funny. Did this that's so funny. Very deeply. Anyway, Palantir. Bro, we better get this fucking NHS contract. If we don't get this damn contract, I'm gonna be so pissed. And the guy that I talked to yesterday that manages like the millions that he has in Palantir, he was pissed from the earnings, and he's gonna be even more pissed if we don't get this NHS contract. Like he's gonna get really mad, and I just don't want him to be mad. I'll be upset, but I don't want bro. He was getting so mad describing the SPAC debacle. He was just cursing. I was like, damn, this guy is like, he turned like New Jersey on me. I was like, I know your fund is in New Jersey, but I didn't know you know how to speak like you were from New Jersey. He was like, these motherfuckers not showing the numbers. I was like, damn. But then at the end, he's like, but digital twins and the AI revolution, blah, blah, blah. And I spoke to the Tampa General Hospital guy, and they're like, they have no other alternative other than Palantir. So his heart still loves them, but these quarterly numbers just suck. Vitaly, I sent you the StreamYard link, bro. Just join. See, I knew Vitaly was going to be in the chat. He said he was going to sleep. How many times did he say? He said he was going to sleep at 10:13. It's 10:58. My guy is not sleeping. I knew my guy was not sleeping. I knew he's here. How do you know this manager, this Millions manager? So they reached out to me on email last week, and I got on the phone with them, and they were like, hey, we have a fund in New Jersey. We manage a decent amount of money. We've been in Palantir for a while. We want to, invite you to just talk. And so I headed over to their offices yesterday, and it was super cool. Just talking, like it was 3 dudes there, me here in this big ass conference room, and we're just chopping it up about Palantir. And it was super, super dope. And I got to pitch them my startup and all this stuff. So it was really cool. Content just gives you, the reason they wanted to meet with me? They wanted to meet with me because I'm kind of the only person left making Palantir content on YouTube. Now, obviously, there's some OGs that are like Arnie, he's doing a great job and all this stuff. And honestly, yeah, it's me and Arnie. Like, who else is making Palantir content consistently? I really can't, like, Palantir Vision's not doing it that much. Tom's not doing it. Sasha is out of Palantir. Like, so they said because you were the only one left kind of making content, you were kind of the only one we trusted to actually, because you keep up with Palantir. And so that's the value of going deep into something versus wide, right? The more deeper you go, the bigger of a community you can build on that. So yeah, that's why I'm trying to think who else makes Palantir. Oh, Darntons for sure. Christian, Arnie, and obviously the Palantir Weekly, but that's like on my channel. I'm trying to think who actually makes content consistently on YouTube for Palantir. And it's just not a lot of people, So that's why. If you ask me, Amit, I don't think you've even met your future wife yet. It'll be someone you work with through Audio or another way and known for years. 2 of you will fall for each other eventually. You might be right. And the cool thing is no one knows. No one knows. So... But in the back of my heart, I kind of think this girl that Kelly keeps texting me about is the one. Because Kelly actually knows her. Because I've talked to her. I've told her about her before. But I don't know. Maybe she's not. Who fucking knows, bro? I just don't want to worry about it right now. I want to worry about like, bro, if I'm a billionaire, it doesn't fucking matter. If I'm a multi-millionaire, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just also is going to be easier to get her. So, but like, if I'm broke and I'm 29, it's not going to be that easy to get anybody. Like, at the end of the day, girls want someone who is secure. That's what they care about. So, that's all that matters. Arnie, but he's a rather new creator. Well, he's been on YouTube for a while, but he started making Palantir consistently. But he's been in Palantir for a while. He's been there since DPO. He just hasn't been making YouTube videos consistently for Palantir. I'm broke and 29. Okay, that is okay. It doesn't matter. You can change the situation. First of all, investing, great way to change it. And also, you just get some high-class skills, get you a job, and you move up. I'm not saying 25, 29. The age is irrelevant. I hate saying the age because then people think if they're at a certain age, it matters. That's irrelevant. I personally, in the next 4 years, I would hope that my startup can take off, and I'm going to try really hard to do that. But if it can't, I don't want to be the reason I said 29 and broke is because I don't want to be focusing on girls at 25 when I should be focusing on business. And then I get to 29 when I had an opportunity to really grind for 4 years and I was focusing on girls. That's the problem. So that's the only reason I said 29. It could be 30. It could be the same. The age doesn't matter at the end of the day. Age is irrelevant. Most men don't get their first million until they're in their 50s. Yeah. Now, I think with the internet and social media, there's a lot of ways to make money and it can happen way before you're 50. Investing, obviously, is one of the best ways to do it. Just got to pick the right stocks. And, if Sofi and Palantir work for us, and we're all going to be pretty fucking well off. And then when you have 100,000 and you put it into the S&P or you put it into a treasury bond, boom, you're set, right? Every year you've got that basic recurring, but you got to have that first 100 grand to be able to do that. So you got to do it. Get your crush on stream, bro. I've thought about having her on stream one day. I don't know if we're close enough for her to be on stream, but I think it would be pretty cool if we did one day. That would be kind of dope. I think Palantir needs to sue the NHS to get the deal, just like how Palantir sues the U.S. government. See, I don't think they're going to need to, bro. I don't think we're going to need to sue the NHS. I also don't, I think the public, like suing the US in 2011 was way different from suing the evil spy company, suing the NHS right now. Like the publicity alone is going to be so bad. I don't think we're going to need to sue them. I think we're going to be able to figure it out. I think we'll figure it out. Amit, do you even have time today? No, exactly. I don't. Like, I don't have time to, bro, I barely have time to talk to my mom. I didn't even get to talk to my mom today. Like, I don't have time to date, time to take a girl out. Fuck that. I don't have time to do all that shit. That's wild. That's wild. Oh, Blake, speaking of books, because I know you give me a hard time for reading, everyone needs to read this book, When Breath Becomes Air. Okay? This is a book. I think if you buy this book hardcover and actually read it, you'll probably finish it in 2 days, because I finished it in 2 days, and you will cry within, the first couple of pages. This was given to me. So this was given to me by my mom's boss. His name was Nick. He said, "Dear Amit, congratulations on your many accomplishments. My friend Paul wrote this book. Read it well and deeply. There is much to learn that will serve you as you navigate this crazy world." This was on June 3rd, 2016. This is when I was graduating. This was a graduation gift from him from high school. This is about a surgeon from Stanford, brain surgeon, who realizes he's dying, and he has a daughter on the way. And this is his final words this is his final memoir before he dies, knowing he's going to die. It's inevitable. And he has a daughter coming into the world. And I remember reading this in 2018, and I cried within like the first couple of pages. I mean, like, this was just, and I don't cry easily. Like, I'm not a crier like that. So even though I have been crying more often, I think it's something about when you get older, you start thinking more deeply about the world and you start crying more. So I have been crying more often, but this is one of those books I would recommend reading. When Breath Becomes Air. It's beautiful. It's just life lessons, and it's the guy dies, and he wrote this book for his little daughter. It's like, it's a lot, So I've never cried. I'm a man. Shout out to Turner. This is my videographer, my guy. More than a videographer at this point, and we've got some plans. We've got some ideas, and we're going to see if we can execute on some plans and some ideas. When Breath Becomes Air. That's what it's called. When Breath Becomes Air. Me and he was the one who recorded the video today about me being outside talking about Palantir. He's the one who makes sure the focus and is right and all that stuff. By the way, he's doing some other projects for YouTubers now, thumbnails. So if you guys have any creative work, make sure to check out his channel. Thumbnails, video editing. He can literally whip stuff up within hours, minutes, days. So please check him out. The guy's beyond talented. But we have some ideas on how to blow up Audia, and we spent a lot of brainstorming time today. And I'm bullish on the idea we came up with today. I don't know if it's going to work. We're pretty optimistic on every idea, and some of them work, some of them don't. But at some level, I saw a good tweet yesterday, which is the job of a startup founder is to be overly excited for every idea you have, even though they have a 5% chance of working, but still be as excited as you can possibly be. Because if you don't have that optimism, there's a 0% chance of it working. And if you're not excited about the idea, you're never going to start it. And you have to be excited about the idea, because you're going to fail so many times that if you don't get excited about the next idea, you're not going to have the energy to be excited. So we're excited about this new idea. And I'm excited to introduce it to you guys. We're going to test it next week. And if it works, or if we have a good feeling about it, I think you guys are going to enjoy it. It has to do with the startup, but it's a content series that I think is different than a lot of content out there. And I think you guys will like it. But I want to announce it with some other announcements. So I'm going to take a little time before I show it to you guys. So we'll see. Amit doesn't have time to date nicely. Think about it. He's spending money and time and possibly pretending she's interesting. A 3-hour nap is cheaper and more relaxing. Look, naps are nice. I can't lie. Bro, keep up those outside videos as long as it's cold and snowing there where you live. I told you on Twitter, but you got the Drake vibes heavy on them. Yo, well, we're doing a lot more filming outside, so you're going to see a lot more of that. But I love the outside videos. It's fun. It's super fun. That's why I invest in you, Amit. I love your attitude and spirit on your startup. Yeah, and look, the past couple of weeks have been pretty hard. I'm putting my investor update out tomorrow, and numbers are not the best simply. And I'll have explanations for why they're not, the best, but February was a pretty tough month. It was a tough month from a personal standpoint. I mean, I haven't talked about what's been going on personally, but basically my mom is getting surgery, and it's just like that takes a toll on. That's not an excuse or anything, but it takes a toll on you for sure. Cause she's there's a Drake line in one of his songs, and he said painkillers on the kitchen counter. I hate to see it all hurt so bad, but maybe I wouldn't have worked so hard if you were healthy and it weren't so bad. And I was listening to the other day and it made me cry because I'm like, bro, like she can't get through the day without a couple of painkillers, like, and heavy painkiller. We're not talking about Tylenol. We're talking about like fucking painkillers. So, it's just tough seeing that shit, bro. But it also makes you want to work harder. Cause like at one level you're like, I don't want to work on anything. I just want to worry about my mom. And at the other level, you're like, I have to be ultra fucking successful because I have this thing going on in my life that is obviously, there's so much pain there that I've got to outwork the pain and give her a better life because of that pain. So, it's not an excuse though. I don't want sympathy. That's not what I'm saying, but it is, it's something that affects you in the best. So like that shit's been going on. And then, we've been trying to do a lot of different things, and we're still in a good spot regardless. We're still in a pretty good spot because, to be honest, if we can get Jason to invest, which is, I think we got a pretty damn good shot. And then on top of that, we're launching the new app in, like, part of the reason I'm happy we haven't gone super viral yet is because I don't think we would be able to sustain the traffic because the app sucks. And we're releasing the new version on Sunday. And now I think we will have a sustainable app and website that doesn't look like shit. And so if we are able to blow up in terms of virality, traffic, all that stuff, I think it's actually way more sustainable. So I do think we are actually in the perfect moment where we have the product coming out in the right space. We've done 7 to 8 months of experimenting a lot of different things. And if there was any time for it to happen, it would be now. It's just a question of execution now. And so we'll see. We will see. We'll see if we can do it. It wasn't over my dead body, bro. It was, look what you've done. You're a fake Drake fan. This is, look what you've done. I get what you mean, Amit. I also want to give my mom a better life. That's why I'm investing to make comfortable life happens. Yeah. And look, to make our parents' lives more comfortable, we got to invest because those salaries are you're not going to do it. We got to do more. Yeah, Amit. Yeah, bro. The app has been dog shit. I've been saying that. I have a feeling Jake Howe closes you though. Yeah. And and the thing is, like, even with a shitty app, we've been able to drive some serious usage on it over the past 5 months, which to me says that if we can have a not shitty app, and we can actually nail down some of the marketing, we might actually be able to get this thing to work. It's just so fucking hard, bro. Bringing a new product to the world is so difficult. It's like this Rubik's Cube, bro, like solving this shit. There's a way to do it, right? There's algorithms. You can go on YouTube and you can figure out how to do it. But if you don't know the recipe, it's just hard. So it's like the startup is a Rubik's Cube and there's no YouTube video to help you do it. It's, you got to figure it out yourself, right? So yeah, we'll see, man. We gotta keep going. The other, I've been reading a bunch of different tweets from startup founders, and a lot of this stuff just comes down to like, how bad are you going to persevere? There's actually, let me play you guys I hope I don't get copyrighted for this shit. I want to play you guys one clip from Scooter Braun. This is Justin Bieber's manager. He had a really good clip yesterday, and it's like a minute. I just want to play it for you guys. It's a really good one. It's very generic what he's saying, but it was a pretty good one what he said. It's not supposed to be easy. These are the stories you get to tell after you 100x me. That's the other thing. That's a great point. Market is closed. My boy Michael, what's up? Shout out to Michael running fucking 10 miles a day. I love you, Michael. You're such an inspiration for that. But what did he say? He said it's not supposed to be easy. This is a good point by David, bro. Nothing in life is supposed to be easy. Like it's just not supposed to be easy, bro. And it's like, I think we forget that, like, it's actually not supposed to be easy, And like, I was telling Tristan this, there was a period of 9 months. I started fundraising June 2021. The thing about the startup is, like, I had the idea October 2020. I found the co-founder November 2020. Like, literally in a month, bro. That's unheard. You don't find a co-founder in a month. I fucking figured that shit out, right? So like, that was pretty easy. Then it came to launching the app. We launched the app in April. So 4 or 5 months later, pretty simple, like the first version of the app we launched in April. So even that wasn't that hard. And we had a wait list of over 1,000 people already by then, right? Like, so getting the co-founder and getting the startup off the ground in terms of just putting it out into the world was actually pretty easy. It actually wasn't that hard. Now, getting funding, which I started in June 2021, that's when shit got hard. That's when it was just like, oh, this shit is this is rejection on top of rejection on top of rejection. So that took 9 months until March 2022, where we raised our first outside investment. So it took 9 months to get that part done. But then once we and right before we raised the first round of funding, we had $250K on the table from an investor in California, and he canceled like 3 days before the deal was supposed to close. Like, he had to just sign the documents and we would have been done. But ironically, and this is what's going to show up in that clip. I'm going to have wet dreams now, Mike. I love you, Mike, bro. That ironically, the funny thing is, him canceling on us on that $250K was the best thing to ever happen. Because if we had got that $250K, we would have like started building the startup with that money, right? But because we didn't get his $250K, I had to now go pitch hundreds and hundreds of other investors, which built this massive community around not only me, but my startup and my brand and like my YouTube channel. And it led to me meeting all these other investors that are, even if they only put in 5,000 or 10,000 or whatever, or $500, but it led to building such a unique community of people. And that only happened because, you know, that last guy pulled out last minute. So it's kind of like, you know, the worst happens right before the best happens. But I remember when I got his email when he rejected us, and I saw that email when I was at work, and I was like, fuck, bro. It's just like this. We were so close to it, you know, and it ended. But then, you know, something else happens. And so it kind of feels like in the same position here. It's like, you know, as hard as things may be, you can't give up. You keep it going. Okay, where does he talk about this thing? He talked about this. Was it here? Was it manifestation? I don't think it was manifestation. Was it here? Let me see.
The only action that's wrong is inaction. The reason I say that is like, you actually don't know what you're participating in unless you participate. So I think in those early years, I was throwing myself in the ring. I was allowing myself to see what opportunities could happen for me if I was willing to get in there and try. And I think for people watching this, that's the thing I would encourage them the most. You're sitting there watching this right now, and you know you have some ambition and you have some dream and you've been procrastinating. You're like, I'm gonna get to it tomorrow, and I got my job and I can't do this or I can't do that. And one day you're gonna wake up and say, where did all the time go? My dad called me just to check up, see how I'm doing, and I didn't know why. I just broke down crying. And I was like, Dad, I got 2 more.
This is the clip right here.
Months before I'm broke, and no one knows, and these people are depending on me. I got this kid, 13-year-old kid, and his mom, Asher, and his buddy. Like, this is done. And he was like, look, you haven't listened to me since you were 18 years old. You've come this far. You said you got 2 more months to see it through. And the next day, Asher walked into my apartment and played me I Love College. And that song saved our company.
So this is a music manager who wanted to be the biggest music manager in the world. He had 2 months left to survive. And then Asher Roth, I don't know if you guys remember the song I Love College. It was a pretty big hit. In those last 2 months before, you know, things were about to be done, they get the hit song that saves his career.
That was this idea that success and failure live next door to each other. And I always remember that. And I hope that helps people know that, like, when you get to that point where you think it's over, if you can wake up and take a breath in the morning, it is not over. And you are so much closer to having that moment that breaks it all open for you than you realize. And just don't give up. Keep going.
There are so many moments in life just like that, where it's like, and that's what happened, bro. Like that, when we got rejected from that 250K, I mean, you know, I was devastated. I wasn't going to give up, but in my head, I'm just like, bro, we were one signature away from finally closing this deal and finally getting the job done. And then it just gets ripped. It's just so close, and it just rips apart you. But, you know, I took a couple of days off. I just thought about it for a little bit, and I was like, fuck it, we're going to figure this shit out. And then a month later, we closed the first 25K, and then we keep fucking going. And then boom, July 27th. And then, you know, we raise all this money, and like we get all this attention, and it actually helps so much more. And so you just don't stop. Imagine without the internet and YouTube. Imagine Mid is giving his talk in an auditorium with 100 people every time. How cool is that? Yeah, see, like, this is the thing. I've been talking for an hour and 34 minutes straight, and it doesn't even feel like that to me. Because, like, honestly, I just love talking. I just love communicating. I just love expressing myself and all this shit. And like, literally one of my biggest dreams is to talk in front of, 6,000 people at radio, or 12,000 people, Radio City Music Hall, 5,000 people, town hall in New York City. Like, I've been to these shows where you have these comedians, like the idea of the stage, the person on the stage, and then a big ass audience. That is my dream. And one day, if I can build a successful company and I can like tour the world because I released a book or some shit, I can just give keynotes in front of thousands and thousands of people and talk about the ideas I want to talk about, like risk-taking, ambition, chasing dreams. I know these are kind of cliche topics, but I'm going to put my own spin on them. Like it's so excited. It's so exciting, and I want to do that one day. What happens if you have no ambitions or dreams? I mean, look, that not everyone has to have an ambition or dream. You don't have to have it. I just, I think a lot of people that do, they don't take action on them because they're scared of it. And, that's the history of that's the story of the world. It's like, do you have the ability to try even when it's tough? Vitaly believed in you and invested 10K. Yeah, me and Vitaly and Tristan are going to get dinner at Cheesecake Factory because let me see if I can get the picture. Vitaly invested in me over a dinner at Cheesecake Factory when I told him the vision. And, I asked Vitaly, I was like, so if Jason Calacanis invests in my company, will you feel like less of an idiot for investing 10,000? And he was like, Jason Calacanis can invest $1 billion in your company. I will still feel like a dumbass. And I'm like, good, that's the best. So we're gonna do a podcast at Cheesecake Factory and put it on the Cowbell channel because we have to have our 1 year anniversary of it was around March this time last year where I convinced him over cheesecake. I didn't even eat the meal, bro. I was talking so much I couldn't even eat it because he kept asking me questions, and it was like an hour later, and I had this entire meal on my table that I haven't even taken a bite out of. But it was super cool, bro. Like even that experience alone, bro. Being like I was coming home from work because I used to work on Saturdays, right? I had a real 9 to 5. Like literally Saturday, I would work a 9 to 5. So I had to wake up at 8 a.m., drive an hour, 60 miles to this fucking job, and then do my job. And our dinner was scheduled for 6 p.m. So I drove from Bergen County, New Jersey to like wherever he lived. It was a little bit farther down. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, holy crap, I'm about to have dinner with a potential angel investor in my startup because he is somewhat interested in me and my idea. Even that experience alone, March 2022, I was just like, how is this happening? Like, how am I about to have dinner and like about like you see these things in movies, bro? Like in movies before like the guy builds the big ass company, he's like with the guy inside the bar and they're just over drinks. He's talking about like, yeah, man, what if people could just like get into your car and you don't have to pay a taxi and you like completely middle cut the industry, blah 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 blah. And the other guy starts asking questions and then he's like, yeah, I've been having this idea for a long time. And the guy's like, well, do you need any money to start? He's like, I mean, yeah, it would be nice. And the guy's like, here's 25,000. And like, and then he builds Uber and shit, right? Like, that's how it felt. Now, I don't know if we're going to have that outcome, but like, that's how it felt. And that's why 2022 felt like a dream. It felt like living a dream. And there have been parts of 2023 that have felt like nightmares because once you get past that, now you have to actually go do the thing. And that's really hard, right? So you just fucking figure it out. Wow, 10,000. That's like 5 shares of Enphase. Yeah, he said the other day, he's like, can I borrow that 10,000? I want to drop it into Enphase. Gotta love Vitaly. You're my dream. Riley, shout out to you, bro. Excited for our excited for our SoFi weekly tomorrow. Amid on TED Talk going through Aldea start. Bro, I think there are so many TED Talks I have about how we started Aldea, which is why now I'm at the point where I want to rip my hair out because I'm like, I just want to build this and have it fucking work. I'm sorry for the cursing. Like, I just want it to work. Because now if it works, the TED Talk's going to be so much better. Like, imagine the TED Talks will be so much better if this shit actually works. And I know I can make it work. I just got to make it work. And it's hard because it's like, you don't know if you're going to make it work. Like you could crash and burn. But that's the risk reward on trying to do something with your life. It's just that feeling telling me Amit is going to succeed. So, I feel that as well in my gut as well. Like, for some reason, I always figure things out at the end. When it came to tests in school and I didn't study, I still figured that shit out. When it came to girls and, by junior year, I was like, bro, I got to lose this virginity because I'm getting really tired of, being, what I'm saying? Like, I got to get I got the job done. And I wasn't, I was just a dorky little kid. I got the job done. I'm bringing up these examples to say I find a way to get the job done. When it came to funding for Aldea, Man, it was 9 months of hell. Every day you're just filled with rejections and insecurity and all this shit. And it's just like, but I'll get the job done. And somehow I got the job done. And I feel like it's the same thing in this context. It's like, just got to get the job done. Just got to figure it out. Is it a programming issue, an app design? It's not a tech issue at all. This is a user acquisition and marketing issue. I mean, the tech is relatively simple. You know, the new product's going to be out soon, and we've been working on it, and it's looking really good. It works really good, all that stuff. It's not a tech issue. It's about a marketing issue. And that for every startup. I mean, like, unless you're like, you know, the new AI, blah, 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 blah. No, and even if you are, it's a marketing it. Like, you built this new AI system to do X, Y, Z. How the hell do you get people to care? I was listening to a startup founder yesterday say, or an investor say, he literally said, I don't care about the product anymore. I only care about distribution. Because he's been like, I've been doing this for, you know, years, and the product doesn't matter unless you have a strategy to get people to see it. I mean, it's the entire 0 to 1. It's not in the background anymore. I think it's downstairs in that book, but it's Peter Thiel's philosophy, right? It's like distribution is the only thing that matters for a new product. So, but figuring out distribution is really difficult. It's like, it's not easy, but we got to figure it out. This is what your 20s are for, Amit. I look back on my 20s at my age now, and I wonder when I slept. Yeah, just got to keep going. Got to keep going. BTW, C3 AI and S said AI 60 times, and look what happened to the stock. Yeah, let's actually pull up their stock. They, I think they went up like 20% after hours, something like that. Also, they're like growing negative 4% year over year. Yeah, they're up 18%. This is a Wall Street Bets ticker that actually buying some puts on this might not be the worst option. However, because Wall Street Bets loves it, it might get, you know, it might just continue to go up. But this is not an interesting company, guys. I mean, I looked at some of their earnings. Like, the numbers are nothing in comparison to Palantir. I mean, they're pulling up like 70 million in revenue. Like, this is not interesting. But, you know, they said AI, so that's what you're going to get when you say AI. Sounds like Palantir's issue. Yeah, honestly. It's like, that's why I'm so sympathetic to Palantir, because like, I know how hard distribution is, but also, you know, they're a much bigger company than me. They have a lot more resources than me, so we expect them to try to figure it out. You would expect them to try to figure it out. Your energy is insane, and you're super special. Everyone can tell you're a good person. I appreciate that. I mean, yeah, just got to keep going. Just got to keep going. Sorry, man, a little late to the party. Jason, what's up, bro? You're there every morning. You're a little bit late today. You got to read the short report I DM'd you on IG. On what? On C3? DM me on C3? Dex, I'm looking at it right now. I should have reached out to him instead. Oh, you did. You did. Oh, there's a short report on C3. Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah, I'll read into it. I'll read it. Did many people tell you to do the Palantir debate? Yes, everyone's telling me to do the Palantir debate, but I can't do the Palantir debate because I don't work for Palantir. So I hope they live stream it though, because I will live stream it and I will like analyze the debate as it's happening. Is Sham showing up for Palantir's weekly tomorrow? No, Sham's busy selling 50,000 shares of Palantir. It's not a big deal. 50,000 is not that serious, but he's not signing up on Palantir weekly yet. Okay, so I need to go get a drink real quick from downstairs. I want to get some Gatorade. So I need you guys to stay put for like 2 minutes. So for those 2 minutes, I will play something for those 2 minutes so you guys don't get bored. Okay. And then I'll be back. If I play the bloopers from Daily Cowbell, how long were these bloopers? It was like a minute. So I have a minute to go get this Gatorade, bro. I have a minute to get this Gatorade. Can you give a shout out to my wife? She just got Palantir. Shout out to Zion Luca's wife. Hopefully my videos gave you some context. Okay. All right, boom. So I'm going to play the bloopers on the cowbell, and then I'm going to run and try to get this Gatorade as quick as possible. And if it goes to the next video, then you'll have the next video for like a little bit. Okay, here we go. I want to get a head start. I want to get a good start. Bro, the Wi-Fi is down. Okay, the Wi-Fi is going to be up a little bit. All right, here we go. I'm out. If Jason Calacanis invests in my company, will you feel like less of an idiot for investing in my startup?
Me?
Yes.
Oh no, it's totally. He can put $1 billion in your startup going down.
There's a quote by Nietzsche called, I know nothing other than to attempt and perish doing the dream.
You have an MVP?
Glasses, they make you see.
Good. 3, 2, 1. Yo, talk about timing, bro. Talk about timing. Talk about timing. That was phenomenal. And then Dave Lee was up next. So at least you guys would have enjoyed Dave Lee. All right, that was perfect. I'm here right on time. Did you guys like it? I was like, if Jason Calacanis invests in my company, this is 0 sugar, 0 calorie Gatorade. This is, and it tastes just as good as the regular stuff. So I actually really like it because 0 sugar, 0 calories is really good. 0 sugar. Admit you drink? No. I mean, sometimes here and there. Like I was in Boston with some friends. I had like a Moscato, but I don't drink like that. Like I don't get drunk, And I had a Moscato because it was just like we were at dinner, and so. But I don't drink. Like I just don't get drunk. I don't like the feeling of it. I don't enjoy it. It's, I got drunk in college a lot because I had fun in college, but outside of that, I don't drink. You guys know I had a private conversation with Dave Lee once. We got on a Zoom privately. We got to like talk and talk about a bunch of stuff. It was pretty cool. So it was dope. Look at the text I just sent you. I didn't know you were live. Okay, what did Tom say? Tom says outdoor videos are a good idea, but your lighting is horrible. Yeah. Tristan color graded it too. If without the color grade, it wouldn't have even looked as good as it was. So yeah, we probably got to fix the lighting on that. Admit don't drink. He on that Adderall thing. Bro, it was so funny when I was talking to those fund managers yesterday. Okay, so this was so funny, bro. This was so funny. So I don't drink, but I was talking to these guys, and so like within the first 3 minutes, we were talking about valuations, right? Like the first 3 minutes of me sitting down, and I was like, yeah, it's crazy. This company raised a $200 million valuation in November 2021. This company's doing $70 million in revenue, but they're just a newsletter doing 20, blah, 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 blah. And I just started going off and all these different numbers. And the guy was like, yo, do you need a Red Bull or something? Or it was hilarious, bro. Because I started just shooting out numbers, and they were just like, I was obviously very excited to be there. I was talking, so it was fun. Fix the audio, bro. Oh my god. The worst thing about the audio the past couple of days, I haven't even been able to record on this computer. I've had to use my laptop because the audio has been so bad. We got to fix it soon. I got to fix it this weekend. It's being annoying. Why do you think Palantir agreed to debate Foxglove? Seems like they have a lot more to lose than gain. I think they think that they know they're going to get the deal, but they also think public perception sucks, and it's not going to get rid of the deal, but it's going to really hinder their ability to, like, they're getting a deal where they manage millions of people's data in health. If those people don't like you, it's just going to be a hard battle. So I think they're doing the debate publicly because they want to get the word out that they're not this evil company. The problem is I don't know if they're gonna be able to win the debate. That's the problem. Let's look at Corey. So let's look at the director of Foxglove, Corey Kreider. Let's see who she actually is. Okay. Let's see who she actually is. This is the person he's debating. So let's listen to some of the stuff she has to say. Let's play like a couple minutes of her talking. This is the person the guy's debating.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see so many faces still coming to talk about this issue when Guantanamo is now so old that a child born the day that it opened 17 years ago could, as of today, enlist in the military and sign up to guard the 40 people who remain. Asim spoke about time already, but I actually think that because today is a kind of memorial that can't be emphasized enough. And so if I could, I'd like to take us back to this question of time and the passage of time, and ask all of you to think individually about your life in the past 17 years and some of the most meaningful or important things that happened to you. Because Asim was saying, well, it's like your life was a race, but in a way it's almost worse.
Okay, so I don't know how good of a debater she's going to be, but and then we got Louis. So let me pull up Louis. This is the guy she's debating. Louis Palantir UK. So this is the dude that she's debating. Okay.
Your ability to rapidly re-optimize your supply chain, your inputs, whatever it might be, is the game changer.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we're seeing the biggest impact of our work and support for customers.
How urgently is that conversation happening? Have you been surprised at the urgency, or are you sort of just still waiting for sort of some of that momentum to happen?
No, I think every single customer we have has some version of this challenge. Clearly that we work with a number of the large oil and gas, the majors, on the production side, and as you mentioned, the impetus then to suddenly emphasize.
Look, I think this is my point in the video today. I think this guy potentially has the dog in him. Okay? I think he does. I'm seeing hints of the dog in him. I'm seeing hints of it. Okay? I see hints just in his demeanor. And I think I actually have some credibility when I say this, because I literally coach debate for a living for the past 8 years. So I know what it takes for someone to, from a demeanor perspective, communication, tonality, all that stuff, have the dog in them. I am worried that he is not going to be offensive. He's going to be a little bit more defensive. And as a result of that, he's not going to be as cutthroat as he needs to be because of trying to maintain some type of public image or whatever. Carp, if Carp was debating, Carp's got that fucking dog, bro. Carp's got that. Carp would rip this. Carp wouldn't even, Carp would do it. I don't know if this dude, and obviously they don't want Carp to do it because they know Carp would be a dog. Sham, I don't think he has the dog in him. Sham is too nice. Peter Thiel would rip her apart as well. Peter Thiel is a phenomenal debater. So Peter and Carp, I think, would be great, but they have this Lewis guy doing it. And I'm just like, I don't know if this Lewis guy has that dog in him. And so we're going to see in this debate if he has that dog. You got to have the dog. If you don't have the dog, you can't win these debates, bro. These debates are not easy. They're not easy. But I think he would do it. Carp or Thiel would indeed crush her. Not sure about Mosley. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know if Mosley crushes her. I just don't. I really don't. Realistically, how many people are even going to tune into this debate? Well, it's going to be at a conference in the UK, so there's going to be a stage. And if it's live, I'll be watching. But I don't know if, I also don't know how much of the UK population cares about Palantir. Foxglove may make us think that the UK cares deeply about them, but I mean, maybe they don't care that much about it. What if Thiel is his coach? Thiel would have her questioning her intelligence. Bro, Peter Thiel was at the Stanford, he debated at Stanford in little different areas. Thiel would be amazing. Peace out, Amit. Got to be at the 9 to 5 tomorrow. Peace out, folks. All right, Zocol. Thank you, man. I will see you later. Night, Amit. Night, Hakun. See you later. Go back to the last talk they gave and listen to the questions. Which last talk are you talking about, Brian? But Carp would be a dog. Carp would do it. Carp would actually do it. Thiel would do it as well. David Sachs also would. I wish David Sachs worked at Palantir, bro. Sachs would be amazing. Even JCal. Jason knows how to debate. Chamath knows how to debate. Jason Friedman. They all have that dog in them. The all impot. This Lewis guy, I don't know. I don't want to say he doesn't have the dog in him. That's why I've been very careful saying he needs to have the dog, but I'm not proclaiming he doesn't have the dog. But he definitely does need to have the dog to do this. When's the last time Thiel talked about Palantir? I don't know, but to be honest, it's probably a good thing because they don't like him talking about Palantir. So I think he keeps a low profile for a reason, to be honest. But we will see. Most Brits I know care about NHS and love a good debate, but it's mostly about quotes. Soros-funded hit pieces are going to be slavering over any mostly missteps. Most Brits I know care about the NHS and love a good debate, but it's mostly about quotes. Soros-funded hit pieces are going to be slavering over. Yeah, see, that's the other thing. Soros has the political influence to propagate these ideas. And that's the problem. If they're propagating those ideas, then it's obviously not going to be the best. I got that dog, Eric Thomas. Yep, Eric Thomas. Tom, I want to come on the stream. Okay, I'll send you the link. Let me send it on WhatsApp. I'll send it to you. That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. There is a good song called "That's My Dog." It's like a rap song. It's a pretty good song though. That's my dog. That's my dog. What if he has the dog he has in him is like a vicious chihuahua, dangerous and unamusing? Oh man. Oh man, it would be so. It'd be so. I hope so, bro. If he has the dog in him, that'd be great. Mitt, why you have a dog in you? That sounds very wrong. You know what I mean, bro. Under for tomorrow, please. I got my paycheck deposit in. Yeah. Look, on Fridays we should get a good. We should hopefully get a red day. I'll buy more. I would like to buy more. Palantir under or over 8 after the debate. Well, it's already under 8 right now, right? It's that fucking Bitcoin still. I don't know why this 5% crash happened, but someone's getting liquidated on Bitcoin, bro. Someone's getting hit. Palantir's at 799. Where did I buy this week? I bought this week on so I bought at 774. I bought at 791. I bought at 810. Yeah, those are my 3 buys this week. Those are my 3 buys. Let's go to 5 or 6. Yeah, bro. Like I mean, obviously $10 was unsustainable. That wasn't going to happen forever, but it's way more exciting seeing it get hard, seeing it to 5 or 6. Speaking of debates and can you tell Tanner to stop using so much? Yeah, I gotta take a picture of this for Tanner. I should clip this and put it on Twitter. Tanner, stop saying my guy. We know. We don't need to have you say anymore. Tom, you need 20. Bro, Tom, I'm gonna be gone in 20 minutes. It's gonna be 12 a.m. here. So we're gonna have to do next time. I was ready to leave by 12 a.m. So that's too long, bro. I've been on stream for 2 hours. My guy. 2 hours. We got Powell speaking in front of Congress on March 8th. Could that be like last year's where he unleashed his plans of hiking onto the public? I mean, we already know his plans. He knows that he doesn't want to keep interest rates below 5% for the next 2 years. He wants to keep them steady. He wants to induce a recession. These job reports have been horrible. Inflation has actually gone in his favor. Now the unemployment has to follow that trend. But I don't know, bro. I mean, I don't know if the speech is going to be that interesting. Kevin did 5 hours yesterday. Man up. No, bro, I'm out at 12, bro. I got to be up in the morning. I have to do a morning open in the morning. That's why I was like, I gotta dip, bro. I gotta fucking sleep. I'm on lab doing PhD shit. Stay with us for a while on stream. A studio, where are you doing your PhD? I want to say Spain because you have a Studia PhD in your name, but that might be a stupid guess. So let me know. It would be interesting to know. When is the debate? March 15th. March 15th is debate. March 15th. To be fair, Mitt, he's running this alone. Kevin has a team. That's true. Kevin seems like he does everything. I was texting with Meet Kevin last night. I was actually texting with him. He was. We were talking about things that I can't say yet. Speaking of Kevin, we were talking about some things I can't say yet. But that's why it's nice to have his number because I had an idea and I was like, "Yo, blah 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 blah." And he is like, yeah, I think we could do that. That's awesome. Would love to connect. Now, obviously, that was on it was Investor Day, so it was hard to talk yesterday. But hopefully soon. Connecticut, bro. I'm Puerto Rican. What are you getting the PhD in? I have so much respect for people who get a PhD, bro. That shit's so hard. That shit's not easy. PhD is a lot of studying, bro. It's a lot of studying. That's the one thing I sucked at studying, bro. I just don't like studying. And a PhD is a lot of that. And writing. I hate writing, bro. I hate it. That's why I love talking so much. I hate writing so much. If you know, you know by Pusha T's Fire. He took notes for the next 3 years, though. That song is legit. Nah, what a flex. I had to flex a little bit, bro. I'm like, yeah, I was just texting me, Kevin, last night. You know, we're chilling. That's my guy. It's super cool. How many times did he mention PP? He only mentioned it 45 times. Only 45. Only 45. So no, he's cool, man. I think Meet Kevin's strategy is actually genius. He records a live stream and then he cuts it up into like 5 videos and then he puts all of them out. Bring Kevin on to Audia. The daily morning reports he does around 2 hours would be good as an audio program. Well, let's just say we were speaking about something like that. That's all I'm going to say right now. That's it. PhD by December, 5-8 comprehensive exams done. So much dissertation writing. Yeah, Crossroads. I forgot you're doing your PhD and you're doing it in religion. You're doing it's more specific than that. You're doing it in, I'm going to butcher it, but like Old Testament, New Testament stuff. I'm definitely butchering it, but it's in that realm. And so your stuff must be a lot of reading and a lot of writing and stuff like that. But what was I just saying? Yeah, so Kevin, he breaks up his videos. And look, I think it's a really good strategy at the end of the day. I mean, I know he spams with videos, but at the end of the day, YouTube thrives on quantity in the finance news space over quality. And if you look at CNBC, I mean, CNBC puts out like, what, 50 videos a day? Meet Kevin puts out 5, and he gets more views than CNBC's 50 videos. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that's interesting. Amit RMB, remember when I said he just started live streaming again and you should look at it? Yep, I do, Vincent. That's kind of why I texted him last night. Because look, ultimately, I texted him because I was just like, bro, we got to get you on Audia. And now that we're in conversations with Jason, that's where you get to have a little bit more leverage in the conversation because Meet Kevin is a big fan of Jason. And well, if Jason's potentially investing in this crappy little startup, maybe I should take a second look at it. That's kind of the vibe of how this goes. I'm telling you, bro, Jason's name is so important. It's so important. So yeah. And because he loves Jason, he wanted to connect and talk about it. So it's kind of just like I knew that name would get his attention in that text message because like I know like he likes Jason a lot. And so, when Jason invests in something, it's because he actually cares about this stuff. So we will see. Now, there's no guarantee that we get this, but if we get this, that would be pretty dope. Again, we got to actually get Jason first. So if we get Jason, that would be the good thing. Just glad that there's such a strong community for me to get my info from. Good looks to everyone. Thank you, Jason, for being here. I appreciate it. Chris Patel was right about Duolingo, BTW. I remember making him that call a while ago. Yeah, he didn't invest in them though. He said he liked Duolingo, but he didn't invest in them. Duolingo's user growth 4.5x'd over the past year, and they had some really innovative strategies. Let me look at the market cap of Duolingo. I also think their market cap is pretty, like they don't seem massively. They're up 8%. They're a $4 billion, $5 billion company. Let's look at them right now. The reason I don't like Duolingo is because like language learning was never exciting to me. However, they are the leaders in that space. And so it's, you can look at it from that perspective. Yeah. So they're at 64. Wow. Oh, this is nice. Look at this. 64 to 120. They doubled. They up 100%. The 64 December 2022. Yeah, look, this is not bad. They had a pretty nice run. They had a nice run while the market was tanking. I just like personally, if I'm not excited about the mission of the company, it's really hard for me to invest. And I just don't care about people learning languages. That it's just not interesting to me. But as a business, I want to pull up their numbers. Let me pull up their actual numbers because their numbers weren't that bad. Is there finance junkies this weekend? Yes, most likely. The past couple weeks, I was either gone or Chris was gone. So Chris was in Mexico last week, so that's why he couldn't do it. All right, let me pull up Duolingo's numbers. So they're basically like Rosetta Stone, but better, if you guys remember. It's a language learning app, and they make it into a game, and it's really good. So let me look at this. Okay, let's zoom in. So our 2022 results were extraordinary, even relatively to the lofty expectations we have for ourselves, with revenue growing by 47%, cash growing over 44 million from last year. We entered 2023 with a great position to continue our momentum. Total bookings were 126 million, increase of 39%. Subscription bookings were 100 million, increase of 44%. Paid subscribers totaled 4.2 million, increase of 67%. MAUs grow 43% to 60 million. Wow. DAUs grew 62% to 16 million. Wow. Total revenues 183 million. Net loss 13 million. Adjusted EBITDA of 5.2 million compared to adjusted EBITDA. Wow. Look at that adjusted EBITDA. 0.3 million last quarter, 2021, 5.4 million. They went from 300,000 to 5.2 in adjusted EBITDA. That's just their MAU and DAU growth alone, 43%, 62%. I mean, for those that don't know, it's ads and then they have paid subscribers. That's how Duolingo makes money. Advertising put up 11 million, subscriptions 78 million, English test 8 million, other 6, so 103 million. Not bad, man. That's not bad at all. Now the question is, how big of a business can this become, right? If it's a $5 billion company, how big can it become? I don't know. That's the question, right? And see, I just don't know much about that space. Let's see. John, thank you for the super chat. Good evening from Little Armenia, Los Angeles. That's a place, Little Armenia, Los Angeles. Wow, didn't know that. Thank you for this $2. Means a lot. Amit, please look at actual EBITDA, not adjusted. Bro, I'm not looking at actual EBITDA at 11:50 p.m. That's whatever the press release says. Like, oh, EBITDA 5.2 million. That's amazing. Even if it was adjusted, you adjusted very correctly on that press release because you impressed me. Your adjustments were very impressive. Your adjustments on EBITDA were incredibly impressive. No, but I mean, look, regardless, I think the DAU MAU growth was pretty off. For an app like that's not a social app, to increase DAU MAU by 40-60%, that's not bad. That's not bad. What else do we got here? You're ever gonna get CodeStrap on? CodeStrap is busy. Hopefully he can join us for Palantir Weekly soon, but he's doing some other stuff, so he's definitely doing a bunch of things. You got any quick thoughts on PayPal? I know Jeremy likes PayPal a lot. Let's go into PayPal. I like PayPal because they're easy to use and everyone uses them, including Venmo. $83 billion company. It's crazy that Peter Thiel sold it for $1.5 billion. Wild. If I had to pick between a fintech, again, I would look at either Square or Sofi. Square with Cash App is way more exciting than PayPal to me. And Sofi, obviously, you guys know the growth and the overarching infrastructure of them. Like, for example, PayPal doesn't have something like Galileo that could be the pseudo AWS of fintech. So if I'm just looking at pure trajectory, Sofi is a $5 billion company. PayPal is an $83 billion company. I know PayPal was at one point a $300 stock price, right? But that was also in 2021 at the height of the meme mania. Like, it should not have been $300. And so it's fallen down pretty badly since then, maybe a little bit more than it needed to fall down. But if it's just pure potential, for it to go back to a $160 billion company, for it to double, they're just going to have to put up really strong numbers at a time when, the market's not friendly, especially with interest rates. Now, I don't know how much debt they have. I would have to check. I don't think they have a lot of debt. But a company like Sofi, to me, at $5 billion, like, to get them to $10 billion is just, I think, way easier at the end of the day. So when it comes down to these fintechs, like, again, if it's about an opportunity cost of capital, why would I buy PayPal over Sofi? And these are the questions I ask myself. Why would I buy Salesforce over Palantir? These are questions, right? These are things that I have to think about, given I have my convictions already. So main issue to Square near-term fate is tied to Bitcoin. Why is the near-term fate tied to Bitcoin? Do they have it on the balance sheets? I think they do, but I might be wrong. What is your take on people crying on Investor Day of Tesla? I mean, it's stupid. I mean, like obviously Tesla presented some amazing stuff. It just wasn't exciting. The way they presented it wasn't fun. But that doesn't mean anything they said was bad. So, they did their master plan part 3, and that's it. And moving on. What do you think of Jeremy? I like Jeremy. I know some of his picks haven't gone the best with Tattooed Chef and all that stuff, but he's a friend. I like him. He's a human being. He invited me into his home, and I mean, look, he's a financial content entertainer. Like, yeah, you're gonna get some picks wrong. Like, that if he's not your cup of tea, then just you don't consume him. I just don't have any ill fate towards anyone. He's just a creator at the end of the day, and some stocks he gets right, some stocks he gets wrong, like all of us. But I think he's a smart guy. He got Tesla, pretty early, and he made a lot of money off that. And so yeah, I think Jeremy's cool. Also, I mean, his analysis has been pretty. He's built a fan base of people, like 50,000 people a day that listen to him because he has a core group of people that likes how he talks about the markets. So if you have those people, you have those people. And they enjoy your content. Thoughts on Rocket Lab? I'm doing a podcast soon with Maddie on this. I have no thoughts on Rocket Lab other than they're a smaller version of SpaceX that might capture some decent, I was going to say market share. Cathie just bought like 80,000 shares of them the other day. I think yesterday. So it's an interesting company. We will just see, how it plays out. Strongman Personal Finance. He called out Tanner today. He said Tanner is the worst SoFi shill. I gotta show you guys the clip. Tanner quoted you and said SoFi does a 5x before Palantir. Yes, I said that on the stream today, and he quoted me immediately. The reason I think that is because I think SoFi's momentum and the way it runs could get back to 25. Even though Crossroads, I saw your tweet underneath them, like AI and all that stuff is growing and Palantir can capture. I get that. I just think SoFi's cult would actually. And also, they don't have 2 billion shares outstanding, which helps a lot. I think SoFi's cult would take it to a 5x way before Palantir's cult would. Now, I hope I'm wrong on that. But I kind of think the way I've seen SoFi act after earnings, and every earnings, they're up like 25% because they actually smash earnings. Palantir does not smash earnings, unfortunately, because Palantir, earnings suck. But we're giving them time, right? I think SoFi could 5x. Amit, do you have any ETFs in your portfolio? I have like $1 of the S&P 500 just so I could keep it on the Robinhood thing so I don't have to go search for it. I don't know, man. I've struggled back and forth of should I buy ETFs? And I'm like, I just don't know if I'm at the age where buying ETFs is worth it right now. I mean, obviously it's not bad to do it, but I feel like if I pick 5 or 6 of the right stocks and I give it 10 years, I should be able to outperform 8% every year. The question is, if I'm right on those stocks. Let me show you this video. Okay, so this is Riley shared this on Twitter. This is so funny. Okay, here it is.
The biggest shill I see is this guy future investing. I don't know if he's just okay. The biggest shill I see is this guy future investing. I don't know if he's just a dork and he just doesn't really know, or maybe he knows exactly what he's doing and he talks about SoFi because it's popular. I don't know, but he seems to be the biggest shill of SoFi. And then you randomly have Stockmo here, and then you look on YouTube.
Got the Strongman call out. That's how you know you're legit. Strongman is actually a nice guy, bro. I went on his channel a long time ago. Strongman Amit, and he was the nicest guy. Literally, this dude was the nicest guy. He just plays this character for his YouTube channel. Look, I'm gonna show you guys. He's so nice. And I was we were talking about his kids. He plays a character.
Come on, let's dance, man. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance, everybody. I have
Stocks do well, right?
Well, it's all luck. When you buy a stock that has such crappy margins, you're just gambling. That's not in.
Also, look at the beard, bro. Look at that shit. I kind of look, I like how nice it looks, but I kind of like the shorter look. I like the shorter look. Look, by the end, we were talking about his kids, bro.
Kids can do all sorts. They can do auditing. They can do taxes, financial accounting. You can do anything. But yeah, like right now, I'm specialized in tax with a little bit of,
I was asking him what he does for work. Like, because like there was nothing to yell or argue about. We were just being nice.
bookkeeping, financial accounting. It's basically most CPA firms offer multiple services. It's not just taxes. We only do taxes. They do all sorts of things, because if you only did taxes, then you can't make money throughout the year. Like, what are you going to freaking do outside of tax season? So there's all sorts of stuff that we do.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. That's why I always like connecting with just different people from different walks of life. It's like, imagine we just meet up at a restaurant one day and like that just, it's just cool stuff just to connect.
Are you stalking me, dude?
No, I'm not stalking to you. If I'm in Virginia one day, though, I'll hit you up. Be like, well, let's get a beer.
Yeah.
I don't even drink beer, so I don't know why I said that. Like,
sounds good. Well, I mean, that's basically it. I think we talked out Palantir. Is there anything else you want to discuss before I kick you off my channel?
See what I'm saying? Like, the guy's he's just a nice guy. Like, he's just a funny guy. Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, I went on his channel a year ago. I was like, oh, let's do it. 9 months ago, whatever. Your beer now is perfect. Yeah, I like it here. All right, guys, it's it for me. 2 hours, 15 minutes. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you in the morning. Market open 9:20. Let's close out this week and let's see what we can do. And yeah, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. We'll do late night stock talks a lot more. Thank you for the 80 people who are here still at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It means the world to me. Great talk. It's like therapy for me. Just talking, having you guys listen and being able to interact with the chat means the world to me. Good night. I will see you 9:20 a.m. Eastern, and we'll go from there. Good night, everybody.